All right, I'm done. Let's go. All right, I'm done. Let's go. All right, you're done. I'm glad you're done. You know, because I put down that it's 10:20. We're gonna start, and look, it's 10:20. Holy cow!
So is the bra on or off?
I don't want to get into that.
Hello,
I don't
everybody.
want to divulge any information. Oh, I had to shut my thing off. Sorry. Hey, everybody, what's going on? So we look at that. We're right on time. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Being on time. What is this? Try showtimes for movies at Regal Meridian 16. What is this? What thread? Shut up, whoever you are. Goodbye. Get off my screen. Some thing just came up and started talking to me. I swear to God, not even joking. Like popped up on my computer. Anyways, hope everybody's doing well. It's Friday night, and we're all happy that it's Friday night, folks. I wasn't here. Yeah, I was here last Friday. What the hell am I talking about?
Mhm.
It's been a long week. I'll get into that in a minute or two. But right now, I want to say hello to everybody, and I want to go to. I can't go back to all the messages. Really, I know that Jay Watt was the first one in. That much I know. Let me see if I can do it by YouTube. Oh, this is the YouTube one. Let me see if I can do it by the indoor one. Yeah, so Jay Watt was in first. Jay Watt, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Hope things are well. Look at this. I got Ohio hanging down the thing. Sorry about that, buddy.
What up?
P2E, what's going on, kid? Good to see you. It's Friday. P2E's here. Brenda J, what's going on? Good to see you. Hope things are well. Miss Shalisa Shaw, of course, is up here with us.
Don't mind
Gerald
me.
B, what's going on, brother? Gerald B, I texted you this afternoon, bro. Scrolling. Scrolling down the river. I hope I don't miss anybody because I'm going to feel like a total jackass. Miss Gunpowder Beauty, that would be the young lady to my left. How are you, sweetheart? Good to see you.
I'm doing good. I just had to wrangle some kids, make sure they're in bed.
Glad to see you didn't have to work tonight. Ba means no. Ba, what's going on? Good to see you. Mr. G Trapper's in the house, everybody. What's going on, G Trapper? And a very cool. I'm gonna get to the last gentleman I'm gonna call because, well, not the last one, but Hike with Mike. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you, and wicked appreciated that video. I know you did respond back. Thank you very much. But you guys, if you're not subbed or ever seen any of Hike with Mike's videos, can I recommend that you go do that? He's got some very cool videos. And this past week, he put out a video. And I'm going to tell you something. If you just want a bit of serenity,
Breath of fresh air,
whatever you want to call it, okay? I'm telling you, go to Hike with Mike's channel. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody. Just go to Hike with Mike's channel, and go watch it. I'm telling you, just go try it. And of course, we have the inventor of the Quagmire with us on his way to work because that's what he has to do, Mr. Ohio Wolverine.
What did I tell you today when you asked if I could call off?
No shit, right?
have you ever had to jump in on a police chase while you're on your way to work?
No.
Good. You can say what I said. I texted Ohio this afternoon.
Sorry.
And I said, hey, brother, why don't you use a sick day and come on the chat tonight? Because here's what happens. When I'm not around, he's had a day off. like when I go up north and stuff. And I feel guilty because, again, him and I did the Quagmire together like way back when. Like he's the originator. He's the one that came up with the name. So I said, why don't you take the night off? And, and I was jokingly, I know you can't take it off just to go to a chat. I'm not an idiot. Well, sometimes I'm an idiot. But, so anyways, and his reply was?
I have a commitment to my job, and there's millions on welfare that depend on me.
I'm taking my mellow self out on the swamp hike early in the morning.
I got to make that money so I can donate to the Biden-Harris campaign.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah,
it's not Hillary, so I can't vote Democratic. If it was Hillary, I'd be all over that. You know what I mean? 'Cause she's hot. She's my girl.
You know what? Let me just get.
You want to gag just by me saying that? Is that what you're gonna say?
Let me get into the Kamala Harris just a little bit.
Go right ahead.
For some reason, I just don't have that feeling that you when you talk about Hillary and you're like, ugh. You talk about Joe Biden or somebody, ugh. For some reason, she don't rub me that way. You know what I mean? It's like, I know she's not anything this country needs. It's the last thing this country needs. But I guess a lot of people say she's not likable, but I don't see it that way. I kind of see her likable for some reason. I've seen her on like interviews and stuff with like radio hosts and stuff like that, and she's like really down to earth and like got a human side to her when she's doing these interviews. Might be a put on, might be a front, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you guys seen anything with her in it?
I agree with you. I also think that if it was the other way around, if she was running for president and he was the running mate, she'd probably win.
Well, that's the plan anyway. He's already talked about if he wins, he's stepping down. Because
he's just.
Nice.
But
that's for that 40 mile an hour, please.
The funny thing you said was that you don't know about the front, because I heard one of her interviews on a Facebook post.
Yeah.
And I was rather, I was kind of like shaking my head at it. Not in a bad way, it wasn't in a bad way at all. I
don't know. She was just like laughing and having a good time with the interviewers and stuff. And they weren't really talking about politics and stuff. So I think that she's an actual normal human being. I mean, she's married. I think I have 2 kids, so it's, I don't know. I don't know, man. There's just something about her that I think is kind of, that if you don't know a whole lot about her, you might be tricked into thinking, liking her for some reason. I don't know.
Right.
She might be a good candidate for him. Don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
When I first heard, I was like, "Oh, that's fine with me. That almost guarantees another 4 years of Trump." But then I started these interviews with her. I'm like, she's kind of personable. You know what I mean? she kind of reaches out to people. What'd you say, Shalita?
Tolerable.
And
not only tolerable, but like, I'm trying to think of the word. I know somebody out there knows the word. Personable, I guess. I don't know.
Can I have an apology for a minute?
Yeah.
Windows 10 is nearing the end of service. Restart to install a newer version of Windows. Do I even want to get into that?
Don't touch it.
Does it? It doesn't even offer you a restart later.
Yeah, I did that. I said restart later. Jerry B, I'm sorry I didn't shut you out, my friend. I feel like an idiot. Good to see you, Jerry B.
Ever since I had my last Windows update, there's this weird window that starts to come up and then fades away. And I'm like, what the hell? It's driving me nuts. I've been waiting for another restart and hoping that it fixes it.
So, yeah, no, that's, I know. I don't know what to do with it though, Shalisa. So I just made it go away. You know what I mean?
I installed Windows 10 on my older, desktop that I never use. And I was told, oh yeah, to help, blah, blah, you faster, and deleted a bunch of stuff out of my computer to try to, because I was only going to use it for like surfing the web. That's all I was going to use it for. And so all the stuff that was on there, we switched over to another computer. No pictures, no downloads, nothing like that. Just basically internet. And we put, Windows 10 on it, and it slowed it down to the point where you could, it won't even play one YouTube video. It's terrible.
Real quick, Gerald B said, Gerald B said, hey, Mikey, you found that text. I was still in the 420 bowl. Right on, bro. Jay Watterson says, 2 minutes of research will tell you about Kamala. If you don't see anything wrong with her views, then you need to go look in the mirror to see what's wrong with America. Wow,
I know all about her.
He's fucking poetic.
She's anti-gun as hell, and she's
oh yeah, she hates people with guns.
And she likes to put a lot of people in jail for marijuana use, but then she admits to using it herself.
And you know what kills me, Ohio, with the guns, right? Is that granted there are a lot of Democrats that don't like guns, but a lot of people are quick to jump and say, Democrats don't like guns. I don't like you because you're a Democrat and you don't like guns. Well, you know what? That's really not true.
Well, I tell you
There's
what.
a lot of them. No, it is with her. Don't misunderstand me. I'm 100% with you with her. But there's a lot of Democrats. I'm sorry.
Here's a great saying to learn. Not all gun grabbers are Democrats. Or not, but not all Democrats are gun grabbers, but all gun grabbers have been Democrats.
Right.
Sorry, yeah, I know Shalise was walking me through it. She knew where I was going.
Yeah.
I just wanted to help people out with that because they seem to think that, oh well.
Well, I'm just saying, she's not an ugly woman. She's.
No, I don't think so. I don't think she is.
She's fairly attractive. She comes off kind of bubbly and stuff, and I think that's what tricks people with her.
Where what's her name came off sounding like a rock.
Yeah, but she's like those Sour Patch Kids. At first she's sweet, and then she's sour or whatever.
Right. Well,
that's the reverse.
That's most women. Whoa! Did Mikey just say that?
It's true. One day I'm likable. One day I'm myself.
Now, real quick, I don't want to kill this chat. I really don't.
Well, I don't
want to talk about depressing stuff, but I just want to make it a point that I'm very upset. And if you're on my Facebook, I've been blasting Facebook for the past 2 or 3 days.
Yep.
Nothing but that young man, 5-year-old from North Carolina, that was executed in his front yard riding his bike. I'm not even going to say anything about who did what, whatever.
I clicked on that video. I never watched it.
So Facebook just took that down off my thing, Ohio.
Which one? The picture that,
the one that I shared from a friend of mine. It said, "Well, this is happening. He was supposed to go to school. This, that, that one there."
Yeah. He was supposed to start kindergarten this year.
Right. That one there. Well, guess what? I reshared that today, 6 hours ago. This content is unavailable right now. When this happens, it's usually because the owner only shared it with a small group of people. Changed because it has been deleted. So maybe the guy deleted it from my.
Maybe they deleted it from them. Who knows? I don't know.
I'll put it on there again for you.
It seems like to me it's a little bit of censoring, but there's so many posts that you could post regarding him. The mainstream media has finally started. You know what? Fuck it. I'll go back and say it. He was a young 5-year-old white kid that was killed by a 25, 26-year-old black male while riding his bicycle. The guy came out of his house, stuck the gun to his head, fucking killed him right there in cold blood in front of his 7 and 8-year-old sisters and across the street from a neighbor and the father. No, they don't know any motive, just, but this happened on Sunday or Monday, and it took till Thursday, the day that they were putting him in the ground and burying him, until CNN actually even covered the story. And when CNN did cover the story, they didn't mention that he was white. They didn't mention that the shooter was black. They just said a 5-year-old was shot by a 25-year-old. That's it.
Yeah,
they didn't mention anything about race or anything because it doesn't conform to the narrative of white supremacy and police brutality right now with Black Lives Matter. That's the only reason you're not seeing this story. And somebody posted on Facebook, well, I searched for it and I found a couple of them. Even the New York Post did it. No, yeah, that's the problem. You searched for it.
Right.
You shouldn't have to search for it.
All you had to do was turn your TV on when he was what's his name?
It should be rolling at the bottom of the screen.
And the thing is,
every 5 minutes, like they do every other damn story. How long do we see George Floyd's face on TV?
And it's not that right. And I know that you didn't mention it, but I'm gonna. And it's not that you don't think that George Floyd should have died, because nobody thinks George Floyd should have died. So I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Okay. What happened to George Floyd was horrific, right. and a lot of other people, by the way, which was horrific. But guess what?
But he also played a part in his death by being high on fentanyl and meth and everything else.
Correct.
Not complying.
But
he deserved to die with a knee in his neck? Fuck no, he didn't.
Where is the 24-hour news coverage of a 5-year-old boy that got murdered by a black man? You're not going to see it. Do you know why you're not going to see it? Yeah. You're not going to see it because here's the reason. It's just that reason. It's a black man did it. I have no problem saying that. Anybody in there, anybody that's watching right now has a problem with what I just said, it's okay. We can disagree.
Right.
Write it in the comments. If you have my phone number, you can text me. If you're listening tomorrow, speaking of listening tomorrow, Uncle Kyle, I'm glad you guys are doing well. I'm glad you're gonna be moving. I'm glad things are gonna be looking up for you. That's freaking cool. If you're gonna be listening tomorrow, write me a comment. Write a comment in the comment section. I'll get back to you. I have no problem with people disagreeing with me because
Could you imagine the turmoil this country would be going through right now if this was a 25-year-old white man that shot a 5-year-old black boy?
Oh, there'd be more fucking what do you call it?
Right. But it's not a black and white thing. And I'll tell you that right now. It's a media thing.
It is because I think it is in a way, Ohio, because I think that the damage is out there with the Black Lives Matter. And again, you guys heard me say it. I was the first guy a long time ago to put all lives matter. Okay? I do understand now what they're talking about when they say Black Lives Matter. Does that mean
absolutely.
Does that mean that I go against the cops? I don't go against cops. Okay? I don't do that. Jesus Christ, my brother's a cop. All right? I don't do that stuff. All I'm saying is that little cartoon that Chris from Wyndham Woodcraft there that he posted on his Facebook, and I read it. He got me to thinking about, the Black Lives Matter. Okay, my problem is that because of everything that went down, right? And now you have a black male that shot a friggin' adolescent. Well, not even, he's 5, right? Shot a 5-year-old.
Barely older than a toddler,
Right, barely older than a toddler. He shot a 5-year-old little boy. Okay.
Point blank.
And he doesn't. That little boy. He's not getting, the little boy's not getting the 24-hour shit. He's not getting the NBA fucking, you know,
kneeling for him.
kneeling
He's not
at
getting
NBA
He's
games.
not getting 7 funerals with
He's not getting all that
politicians showing
shit.
up to his funeral.
And it's not fair. Big dog and leather kind. Hello, guns girl. And it's not fair. And I'm sorry. I have no problem saying it. If this wasn't an issue, if the Black Lives Matter and that whole George Floyd thing never happened this year, right? And this black guy shot the 5-year-old white boy, it'd be everywhere. It'd be everywhere. I'm sorry. That's how I think. So,
I don't know. It might.
I'm sorry. It's just how I think.
I understand how you're thinking. It might. But you know what? Like you said, you understand Black Lives Matter. I understand Black Lives Matter. When you get pulled, if you're going on the road and there's a cop behind you and they turn their lights on, you get a little nervous because you're like, shit, I'm going to get a ticket, or is my license suspended, or is it like,
right.
Do something I didn't realize I did.
Right.
But if you're a black man and you're behind, and a cop's behind you and turns his lights on, man, they legitimately fear for their life, honestly. Yes. So I can't say
I shouldn't
how they feel, but I sympathize with how they feel.
And they shouldn't. Hey, Susie Scott, how are you? Good to see you. But they shouldn't, Ohio. Girls, I know you guys must feel the same way. There's no a person, I don't care, white, pink, black, yellow, orange, I don't care what the hell color you are. No person should have to feel fear when pulled over by a cop. Nobody should have nobody should have fear when you're walking in a store, because it's not just with the cops. You shouldn't have to be. You shouldn't. Well, hang on. When you go into a store, as a black person, especially a black young male, okay, when you go into a store and their security follows you,
yeah,
but they're not going to follow me, you. That's not right.
Yeah. Well, but I want to flip it just a little bit and go on the. It's 3:00 in the morning. A car has an infraction or something. They go to pull them over. They're weaving, whatever. It doesn't matter what they're pulling over for. At that time, you really don't know if they're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, Indian.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You don't know.
Until you get to the window.
Till you get to the window. But do you know when you're walking up to that window, are you going to be met with a smiling face going, "Oh, officer, what seems to be the problem?" Or, was I speeding or some shit like that? Or is it a barrel of a gun because they just committed a crime that you didn't know about, and they're not going to jail? They're not going back to prison,
Right. Yep. No, and this is why my wife actually pissed off one of my neighbors. He's an older black gentleman. He's probably almost 80. And she says, you do realize that there's more black murders on blacks than there is white on blacks, right?
Absolutely.
And he went through he went through the absolute roof.
Well,
but,
the facts and stats are there. You watched Steven Crowder the other day, and it's like, there's more black on black crime than anything. There's more black on white crime than white on black crime, and a police officer is more likely to be killed by an 18 to 45-year-old black male than a black male is more likely to be killed by a police officer. Actually, right. White males are
just sad.
Killed more than black males by police officers. So,
it's just sad. Like, if you get pulled over by the cops and it's nighttime, here's what I used to do, right? When I got pulled over years ago, they tell you, have your registration waiting, da-da-da-da. Well, they changed all that, right? And a Massachusetts state trooper told me one time, we're doing well, Susie Scott. I hope you're doing well. Massachusetts state trooper told me one time, he says, here's what you do at nighttime. When somebody, I don't care, he goes, when any law enforcement pulls you over at nighttime, he says, put your hands on the steering wheel. He says, put your hands on the steering wheel 10 to 2. I said, yeah. He says, when he wants the registration in your ID, he'll ask for it. And when he asks for it, if it's in your console, inform him, sir or ma'am, it's in my console. Is it okay if I reach to get it? That way, the cop's comfortable. You're comfortable. You're
Yeah,
not
if they
making
pull
him.
you over,
You're not
if they
moving
pull
all
you over
around in
and
your
you're digging
car.
around in your car
You
and
know,
stuff,
you're
all they
not
see is you moving
right.
around.
You're not looking
So it
under your
looks like you're
seat for your
looking for
wallet. Your
something.
wallet fell. Right, because they
Or
don't
you're
know.
hiding drugs or tucking something in the seat. You know,
My cousin got a ticket for no seatbelt because when he was pulled over, he took his seatbelt off to reach in his glove compartment for his registration. He got a seatbelt ticket for not wearing.
yeah, he didn't have it on when the cop walked up to the window. So
Well, I walked up to the
there's
window.
no way to prove. There's no way to prove he did have it. No way to prove he didn't. You know,
Right.
That's a bogus.
The only way to
thing,
prove that is if he went through a red light. If he went through a light with a camera on it.
Or you got your own camera on.
It's the only way. Right. Or exactly. You have your own dashboard cam. The media doesn't want everyone to be treated.
Those are good things to have.
Hey, Ohio, by means no just has a great comment out here.
Okay.
I'm trying to read the comments as best I can. I'll give it a minute. But by means no says the media doesn't want everyone to be treated equally. There's
Do
a
what
lot
now?
to that too. He said the media
Oh, the media doesn't want
to be treated. The media doesn't want everyone to be treated equally.
No, they like that divide and separate. You know,
Yeah.
Divide and separate.
It sells newspapers
that's
and gets views on TV.
Yeah, violence sells, sex sells, turmoil sells.
Right. When do you see? It's not juicy enough, quote unquote. Right. It's not juicy enough.
Right.
I'm watching YouTube, and they have this thing, and okay, so this kid was walking down the road. It was like, whatever, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever the hell it was. Cop pulls up. Hey, where you headed? And he told him the next town up or whatever. Next town up was 20 miles. The kid just got a job. He's walking to work. He would leave his house at like 11 o'clock at night, walk to work to get to work by like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock the next morning. Okay. And then walk home.
Is this where they got together and bought him a car?
They got together, they buy him a car.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've seen that story, yeah.
Why don't you put that on the goddamn news? Oh, you know why? Because nobody got shot, killed, raped, fucking.
Right. You'll see it on the news, but you'll see it on like a local affiliate, like at like, let's say 6 o'clock news at night. You'll see that at like, 6:30, 6:38. It'd be like the last little story before they leave. One more story, short little 10-second clip before they give you your last look at weather before they leave for the night.
Yep. It's just a shame. It really is. United we stand, divided we fall. Right on, Gerald B. Oily says the media wants to incite more problems, so they have stories. Exactly.
I mean, the media the thing is, everyone's like, the media is a state-ran thing. It's state-ran.
I can't read Gun Girls' comment. I'm sorry.
No, it's that way, but it's not for the current administration. It's not a state run for the current administration. It's state run for the administration that they want in.
Right. It is what it is. It's.
Well, journalism has died. There's no such thing as journalism anymore. There's no journalists.
I totally agree.
There's only activists.
And there's no integrity in journalism anymore either. I don't see it. If somebody can, you. By the way, I don't want to get off track, but if somebody disagrees with me, somebody disagrees with Ohio, somebody disagrees with Gunpowder Beauty, somebody disagrees with Lisa Shell,
I'll bring it up. I'll talk to anybody about it.
Absolutely. If I did you wrong, if one of them did you wrong, say, hey. All right. Because it's all integrity. it's going to go roll back into what I was just talking about. It doesn't roll back into journal. There's no integrity in journalism anymore. Ohio, Oily says, Ohio, you are correct. Journalism is most definitely dead. Just folks who want to twist stories to fit their agenda. Absolutely.
Yeah, like I said, it's not journalists, they're activists.
Yeah. And it's a shame, you know? It's a shame.
Yeah, it's become harder and harder to tell the difference between the journalist reporters and the commentator reporters.
Oh, the talking head, yeah, the opinionist. Well, if it's after 6 p.m., it's all opinion. You know, if you're on a major network, it's all opinion.
That's what I was looking for: opinion host and journalist host. Yeah.
But if you're on the mainstream media, that's mostly opinion anyway. I still give a little credit to your local affiliates. You know what I mean? If they're covering a local story about, a bank robbery or a theft or or something, a local murder or something like that. But when it comes to politics and stuff, I don't trust any media.
Oh. And it's a shame.
Hey, I'm here. I'll jump in the side chat when I get a chance.
All right, cool.
If I'm available, I might pop up. Who knows?
Oh, even better.
All right.
We'll be here, kid.
All right.
We're not going anywhere for a while.
That's good.
Yep.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I thought I was going to say stay stoned. Either way, Joe B would have been like, yeah. Joe B's like, stay in stoned. Hang on. I'll get my bowl. Right, Jezzo? But anyway, so what are you lovely ladies up to?
Whole lot of nothing.
Whole lot of nothing.
Whole lot
Whole
of
lot of
nothing.
nothing. You went around all last weekend. Did you go away? Oh, no, that's right. You worked. Ha ha.
Oh.
I'm just teasing you.
I've been hanging out with my neighbors, and we've been shopping for candles and getting together on purchases, and we've got a huge haul of candles. Hanging out with the neighbor ladies.
Good point, Gerald B. Gerald B said, I remember the news at night. Now it's the Democratic propaganda show. Candles. Let me tell you something. Can I tell you something about candles that cracks me up? So my sister, for a part-time job to get out of the house, because she raised 4 kids, with her husband, and but she didn't work. He did. Wow. She would get down to dance studio, clean a dance studio, and she'd get down and help. Her girlfriend was a hairdresser and clean her shop and all that. But she didn't have a 9-to-5 job. You know what I mean? So then she goes, she's going to sell candles at night. Okay. And have these candle parties. Right. And I want to say it was once a year. I could be wrong. It might have been twice. I want to say once a year. She would have candle party just for the guys. No women allowed. Just for the guys.
Cool.
Okay. And she said, by far, we'd spend the most money. Right?
The best people that do candle reviews on YouTube are guys.
She said that HRM Weapons, welcome, my brother.
Hey,
HRM says, paid actors. There's always a lot of airtime for dumbass Trump bashes. A kid's opinion would make better sense. Absolutely, my brother. Party Light. I don't know if it was P2E. I don't know if she was selling Party Light or Yankee or whatever. So, well, Guns Girl, just take it slow, right? You'll be all right, Guns Girl. She sold so much, right? And she did so well doing her job. I'm not poking fun because it's a serious business. She got to go to the candle convention out in Vegas. they put her up in the Venetian Hotel in Vegas.
Sweet.
She said, now her house isn't tiny. You know, it wasn't like she lived in like some tiny little house with 4 kids and a husband and a dog. All right. She says the square footage is almost as big as my house, for Christ's sake, and that they gave her a suite. She's like, I can get lost in here. I'm like, well, if you need any company, I'll be right out. She's like, nope. I'm good. She says. Ba means no says the candle making community on YouTube is a rough bunch. That's a shame. People should all just get along, don't you think?
I can see that. Kind of like the mushroom people. They like to argue over who's right and who's wrong and be perfectionist about the name or the smell or the fragrance or the how you describe it. You got to be just right. I get that.
Swamp donkey.
Beth.
What's up, kid? Good to see you, my friend. It's always a pleasure to see Oily too. I'm glad Oily's come back the last couple of weeks. I spent with Oily all the time. We had a lot of fun. Oily used to have her own chat. Bob means no says you made that candle wrong. I know how many different ways you can make a fucking candle, right?
Or, oh, you shouldn't be using paraffin wax. You should be using oil.
You know, I mean, but you get that everywhere, right? If you go to the bushcraft, community.
Oh yeah, it's not.
You get people saying that you. Yeah, I said.
A lot of people say feral, like a feral cat.
Like a feral cat. Well, because there's assholes like us up in Boston, that's what we call them. We forgot to say pharaoh because it sounds like we're saying pharaoh. You know, it's not a pharaoh either. You know,
it's short for Ferrocerium.
Right.
Yeah.
Why can't people just? Oily wants to know. Peach Wee says a lot of drama, even in the drama community. Those ladies are wicked. Yeah, it's not just ladies. Oily says, why can't people just encourage one another?
I know a lot of the makeup people get into the drama and personal life and attacking each other and get real mean and nasty.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Not unless you have to. What, hon?
I said, good grief. Makeup community is almost the worst.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's a shame, really. I mean,
Sasscreen
13th, man. Just think, soon winter. The happiest time of the year. You got that right, brother. I hope things are well out there in the far west parts of Canada. I hope things are well. Great seeing you, my friend. Look at that. It's August. What's today? The 5th, 14th. He'll be. Let me see. August, September, October. Just think, 2 months from now, Sask, you'll be ice fishing.
Powder Beauty. How about that? Pretty pink.
That's a pretty.
Dad is pretty.
Can I just got a new HRM says I just got a new skateboard this evening. First time in 35 years. I'm still a good rider too. I rode for 15 minutes tonight with no accidents. Right on.
Nice.
You should have seen me on a swivel stick, whatever the fuck they call them, skateboard. It's a skateboard that twists as you drive it. Yeah, that's not good.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't good. That was not a pretty sight. There's a picture in a video somewhere that will never be shown on YouTube. Trust me.
Remember those real narrow skateboards that were solid plastic?
Let me tell you a little something about this candle that I almost got in trouble for. So my ex-girlfriend, her brother, and when her brother and her sister-in-law went to Hawaii for their anniversary, it was bought as a gift for them. Okay, it was a deer. It was a fawn. Okay, and the wick came out of its head. And I damn near wanted to light the fucking thing. Are you out of your mind? I'm like, why would you make a why make a goddamn candle? Am I allowed to say goddamn, or is that like saying owner or master? Am I allowed to say goddamn?
Well, if you're not
Any
sure,
priests out here tonight, ladies and
just
gentlemen?
say, gosh darn.
Any nuns? Any nuns? No nuns, no priests. We're good. That vid might go viral, Mikey. Yeah, I know, Bob, but you know what? And it ain't worth going viral over me looking stupid. I mean, I do that every Friday night. You know?
I'm going to have a live stream this weekend just to show off all my candles.
Right. I do like candles. I call one. There's one that's blue, and Yankee Candle makes it's blue, and I forget the scent, but I call it the sex candle.
Oh,
Ooh.
does it work? Get her in the mood?
I don't know. It just seems like every time she have a little candle, that's what wind up happening. So that's why I called it that.
She go, wow.
Go. Google crapped you on your tablet. That sucks. Headphones aren't bad, brother. Guns girl, will you stop lying? Pretend you're a confession with me. That'd be great to have her confessions. Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
Man, HRM was always blowing up his tablets.
Just let me know, Dish. I'll be there. Where's Dish? Is Dish here?
Top.
Is Dish out in the
I haven't seen her.
Is Dish out in the she said no problem, Dish. I hope I didn't miss her. I sent her a link. Dish is she's got something going on in the morning, so
No, I just typed at DI and no dish popped up.
Oily says, my husband says I should have been a nun.
Yeah, but then you'd be getting harassed by the preacher or the whatever you call him.
Priests.
Yeah.
No, they're too busy chasing down the little boys. You're all right.
And it depends on which one you're at.
This is true. You know, back in the day, the popes used to sleep with, like, you know, hooas and stuff. I forget what movie it was on. It was not a movie. Maybe it was a documentary or like a series on Amazon or whatever. 16 now. I just wanted to break it. Yeah, but the popes used to sleep with fucking women. I was like, they should do that now. You know? Let them be married. Let them have fun.
You know, Guns Girl, she says, no, they're into boys. I think it was actually the opposite. I think that the pedos saw an opening to go do this for a job because they get to hop around all around Canada from this place to that place.
Yep.
I think over time it became, oh, well, if I want to be in that group, I'll do that.
Now, that's back in the day. All right. It doesn't really happen now, but.
No, thank goodness.
But,
At least not as bad if it does.
Dish is in a private chat with someone from Arkansas. Oh, my God, she'd kill you if she heard you say that. She'd probably laugh her ass off first. I'll go, ugh, or gag or whatever. But Bob's getting to be like, let me tell you something. Bob's humor and his one-liners are, which gunpowder go? She fall off? So Bob's one-liners are becoming like Jay Watt style one-liners. You know what I'm saying? He's got that Jay Watt zing going for him. When I'm getting wound up because of the device problems, the room clears. Right on, HRM. No, you ain't going to get banned. Dish isn't going to ban you for that. No worries. Please don't worry. You will not be banned for that. Okay. Mikey doesn't ban people off his chat.
I'm so
Not
glad
without,
I shaved my face.
well, not without good reason. Well, she can't ban you technically. She'd have to say, Mikey, can you make sure that you block Ba means no? Because she doesn't have the controls. It's not like you. It's not like the old YouTube where you could, where we, I can give the controls to somebody and let them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ba. But yeah, no, we like to all have fun, and that's just that. You and Jay. I mean, everybody else jokes around, plays around too. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not leaving anybody out, because that'd be ghosting. But
Sorry.
oh, you are here.
Yeah.
She's probably putting her bra back on.
No way. Too late.
Good.
You wearing a bra?
Be free. Be free.
Be free.
You don't let the girl breathe.
Let it all hang out.
But yeah, so you're here having fun or whatever, but it's all good. We don't. Sometimes people like myself.
Sometimes don't.
Philly, what's up, kid? Hope things are well, my brother. Matt's showing up Monday for an interview, but just do me a favor. Don't tell Fat Boy. All right. Please, I'm asking. Just don't call. Don't. If Craig calls you, don't tell him anything. All right. But anyways, we all like to hustle around here. We all like to have fun. Sometimes, if you're like me, you might even go over the line when you're having fun. And sometimes you have to apologize to people. It happens. Sometimes. I'm going to read this out loud just in case she listens tomorrow, Ba. So Ba means no, and I'm going to leave the chat up so she can read it too. But truthfully, Dish is making homemade mayo. Big Glock of the daddy kind. What's up? What's going on, kid?
Big Glock of the
Where
daddy
did Big
kind.
Dog of the leather kind go? He was here earlier too. It was good to see him in here. Oh yeah, Brenda, she's gonna kill him. She's absolutely gonna kill Ba means no. He's all done. He's definitely all. There ain't no stopping it now. Susie Scott, hey peeps, it's all good. I'm gonna let you go. Had my first therapy today on my left knee. Pain pills are kicking in. Be safe. Talk to you next time. Please be safe, and I hope you get better soon, Susie. Welcome back. How'd you do that? How'd you go?
I gotta get off this Wi-Fi crap and go straight.
Do you guys have magic powers or something used too? Must be nice. I don't have magic powers.
So what happens?
Whoa, I don't like that one. It feels like I'm on the news.
So what happens when I disappear? Do I freeze up? Do I disappear? Do I?
No, you just do a circle.
Yeah, because that's what mine does. I get a
Yeah,
circle.
you pitch your leaves, you get the circle. But like when I was breaking up last week, right? I could hear everything that was happening. It's the weirdest thing. Women's intuition, right on. But yeah, so we do like to hustle around here a lot. If you guys ever, for those who don't even know what I'm talking about, you guys, the people that have been here will know that me and Ohio have gone and had a lot of good times back and forth. Me and a lot of other people have too on other chats. There was a chat years and years and years ago that on a Saturday night that we used to I used to take a beat on that chat, but we had a lot of fun. And that's what we try to do. We try to have some fun, and we try to if we can learn something along the way, that's even better. But I didn't miss anybody, I hope, or whatever that word is. I'm just learning that. I learned this week that let me see. I don't think I missed anybody. But I did learn this week that there's a word for missing somebody or not paying attention to, and it's called ghosting. So I had to send an apology to one of our friends because I was told that I ghosted them. So I did that. I apologize because you know what? I'm not here to fucking hurt somebody's feelings on purpose. You know, I might break somebody's balls and misunderstand me because let's face it, you know, that shit's gonna happen. But I miss Driver 2 Bar. He was a real great guy. So you know, Ohio says, "Hey guys, FYI, if you have Google Play Music, you have to transfer all your music to YouTube or you will lose it. Just got an email from Google." So there you go, folks. So I like to bust balls. Or as Oily is saying, you all certainly do give each other help. And so while I'm doing that, if you showed up in my chat or you're on my panel and you said something and either I talked over you or I didn't hear you, whatever the case may be, I am not here to personally hurt somebody's feelings. And so this week I learned that there's a word called ghosting. I never knew it. I never knew what it meant. I know what it means now. And I did what I needed to do. I apologized to that person, and we went from there. But yeah, so Phil says, "Yeah, you do bust balls." Yeah, I bust balls, but you know what? Again, I might break balls, Philly, but it's in good fun, Philly. It's not like it was when we were working together, and I used to friggin' tear those assholes apart. You know what I mean? I mean, we're all good people here, you know?
Whoa, dude. I have a reputation at Polge. You can't be talking that kind of crap about me. Don't be including me in the good people.
Well, what did you want to be known as?
I'm an asshole through and through.
Well, first of all, I've been an asshole for 52 years. Next month will be my 53rd birthday. And MCK, great to see you. Thanks for coming in, bro. Thank you very much, Oily, for saying that. That's really nice of you to say that. I've been an asshole for 53 years. So, because I've been an asshole that long, I do deserve the title Mr. with a capital A. Now, you could be Mrs., but I'm older than you, so respect your elders.
Yeah.
And Ohio said he can confirm that, Gunpowder. So he can confirm that I'm an asshole. Okay.
That's cool. You can be the male version and I'll be the female version, and we'll all live in happy fucking hunky dory harmony.
That wasn't a joke, Big Glock Daddy. Big Glock Daddy says, "Mikey, I will never forget the night I had you fired up over the Tylenol cotton bottle joke. You were mad at me for doing it to my buddy, right? Big Glock Daddy?" Oh, I didn't know that, Philly. Okay. I can't stand the delay because I'm waiting for his answer. Now I feel like an idiot waiting on an answer, but I did ask the question, right? Philly answered me before he did. Glock Daddy, where'd you go? Anyways, I did I had a friend of mine. Shulitzer, I think I told you this one. It wasn't really a joke. It was a practical joke, but it's not like a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like knock joke. Anywho, Philly's here. Philly will tell you who he was. Black Jerry. And great kid. You know, him and I got along, and his car shit the bed, so him and I got to his car shit the bed, so him and I got to get to know each other more. Anyways, one day I set him up like a mofo. I went out at lunch and I bought thing of Tylenol. And when we were on afternoon break, I was sitting there and I says, hey, I took the cover off. I poked the little fucking plastic thing, you know. And I'm like, oh, fuck. He's like, what's the matter? And I said, well, can you give me a hand? He's like, what? I says, I can't get that out. And I give him the fucking Tylenol bottle. Of course, I couldn't get the cotton out. So he's laughing his ass off. Philly remembers. He'll tell you. For those who don't know, Phil and I have known each other for how many years now? Philly, 15. And we worked together for about 12. So, but anyway, here's the thing. Okay. Jerry and I were friends. It's not like I walked up to a total stranger. You know what I mean? And he used to call me Cracker. Do you know what I thought he was talking about? Girls, it's kind of hard to have a chat when you're only one talking.
White guy.
I actually can't believe you're actually keeping your mouth shut, but go ahead. What?
Which one?
Actually, both of you.
White guy. What was it you said, Gunpowder?
I said a saltine or a Ritz.
Oh yeah, she said a saltine cracker.
That's what I thought he was calling me, white, because I'm so white, you know. And then he told me what a crack. I thought it was called, and then I thought it was something because he was, you know, Uncle Cracker, because back then Uncle Cracker was just getting big. And then he told me what he meant. I'm gonna shit my pants. You can't call me that. He says, you just had me pulling cotton out of a goddamn bottle. But we had a lot of fun. But nobody's feelings got hurt. You know, it was two guys having fun and two guys that were friends having fun, and that's the problem in this world today, that people can't just have clean fun without somebody going, "You're my feelings." You know, it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Gerald B says, I can't get over the price of 9mm full metal jacket. I paid $20 for a box of 50, and they had a limit. 1 box per person per day. Gerald, you got to watch YouTube more often. There is an ammunition shortage again. Big Glock Daddy says, Gerald B, it's nuts right now. I just made several videos of ammo I just bought. You couldn't have just made several videos of ammo you just bought because I didn't have one come across my fucking thing. Don't even tell me my bell's on you anymore either. Anybody else having a problem with YouTube and the bells? You know, the bell, the alert bell?
Yeah. When someone goes live or a premiere, I might get it like after it's over.
Well, Dish put up MCK is $25.99, $26 for a box of 50. Jesus Christ. So here's the problem I'm having, ladies. Dish put a video out. Didn't know she put the video out. My alarm wasn't. My alarm. Duh. The notification bell wasn't set. We've always been sub to each other, you know. But the notification, her notification bell was. But now I'm getting them. And now Big Glock Daddy, $30 for 50 rounds. No. Big Glock Daddy, I'm glad you got back into making videos. I just don't understand why it didn't come across my thing. So I'm gonna have to go back and make sure that now the bell from under you is but that's good. Good for you. You're back making videos. That's good. So here's what I'm gonna do for you too. I did the same thing for Hike with Mike. You guys that don't know Big Glock Daddy, I know some of you don't because he's not new to me. Known Big Glock Daddy a while now. Go check out his channel. Watch his videos. If you like his videos, give him a sub. Hit the like button on his video and hit the notification button if you like his videos so you can get more. Don't be like me and I don't know. I don't know if it was me or what it was, you know. I know. All right. So I'm glad you're back doing the videos. I think it's great. But for, like I said, for those listening at home, it's Big Glock Daddy. Big Glock, one word, capital B, capital G, a little space, capital D, Daddy. All right. If you want to put that in your search, your YouTube search bar. All right, Big Glock Daddy. I hope you make out, brother. He picked up 100 subs in 3 weeks. He's shooting for $1,000 by Christmas.
Oh wow.
Gerald B says at the Maine military, it used to be like $10 for the same stuff in February. You got 3 boxes, but they put a limit and doubled the prices. Gerald B, I'm not being a total wise ass, but part of me is going to try to be a little bit funny. All right. There's a pandemic going on. Do you really think the ammunition isn't going to go up? You know what I'm saying, bro? See that? You shouldn't have gave me all your 16 gauge ammo that you had. I still owe you for that, bro. I still got to get you on that one.
I was wanting to buy ammo, and I was waiting for my damn taxes to come in, and
Yep.
took for damn ever. I don't know what the hell the deal was this year. I guess it was a problem in Michigan, but
Yep.
by the time I got my damn taxes, I was so behind on everything, and the pandemic had kicked in. It's like, why even bother? But I do need to get some more.
And MCK, I hope things are well. Glad to see you. I know you've been here, and I didn't put a dent in my 16 gauge. Oh, you ass! How's work? Work's going all right, Philly. Work's going all right, buddy. I hope it's going well for you also. And Bob Means No brings up a great point. And it's an election year, so it's going to go up. Everybody says, oh, my God, there's a Democrat in the House. You better do this or whatever. It don't matter, Democrat, Republican. It's an election year.
Well, sometimes you have to print out copies of this politics space.
Right.
And take out your anger out back,
Yep.
A little more often.
Big Glock Daddy says, I'm buying 9mm. Is it Full Metal Jacket, though? Or FMJ, sorry. Is it FMJ? He's buying 9mm for $14 for $50 at a mom and pop shop. Takes the wife with me because it's only 1 box per day. There you go. Good idea, brother. And then it's FMJ, he said. So that's not bad. Jezzo, you got to shop down in North Carolina, brother. And by the way, Jezzo, you can go online because you're a Maine guy. $18.50 in Ohio for fucking ammo. Full Metal Jacket ammo. Jesus. That's a lot of cake. That's a lot of cake. Only thing I found for Prime is the large rifle magnums. Oof. Is your ammo expensive for your gun, Shalisa? The one. Did you win that, or did Stevie make it, build it, do something for you with that? I'm sorry. Forgive my total ignorance for fucking forgetting.
Christine and Ebomi put it
Christina,
together.
right? Okay, thank you. Christine and Eric put it together.
Yeah, they said they were thankful for me getting the word out about the
Justin's final missions and the whole.
And they said, from my donations and my help, that
well, that was very nice of them.
That was pretty awesome. They caught me so off guard. I'm at Steve's house and he's like, "Here, sit down and watch this." It would have helped had he explained what I was looking at, but I was just trying to figure out what I was watching. And I thought they were talking to Steve, not me, but they were talking to me. It was a secret video that's supposed to look like a YouTube video, but it was a private one that they emailed to Steve to get me. But the whole time I thought they were talking to Steve, not me, but they were talking to me.
That's awesome. They're great people. Yeah, Eric and Christina, great people. So wasn't Stevie. Stevie's putting a lot of work in behind all that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, as you did.
A lot of guys.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Scotsman, all those guys. They're all Johnny Sola, Jimmy.
Hornet
Yeah, that's Jimmy, Hornet Fixer.
Yeah.
So Big Lock Daddy says other local gun shops are 18 to 30. Plugging their cousin was no lube. All right, Oily. It's great seeing you, sweetie. Please come back again. That's great if you can make it next week, Oily.
Night,
All
Oily.
right. Shalisa, what caliber is your gun?
I don't know much about guns. It's 223 or 5.56 or it takes both or whatever.
There you go, MCK 223. Hillary broke my printer making targets. Where is J Watt? J Watt, you're missing. You met your match. Other local gun shop. Yeah, I'm sorry. Duh, I read that one. Philly, yes, it is cheaper to reload. Once you've gone, Phil. Now I'm just obviously Philly. I don't reload. I'm just going by what Stevie reloads. Whole bunch of people reload. Gerald B reloads. Don. Trees are blowing. He reloads. I'm assuming. Oh, you are MCK? Awesomeness. You guys, they're doing another fundraiser on Sunday for Justin's final mission.
You know,
So,
usually when I say that word, I put the link in.
all right. Yeah, All Light's having their big sale. I heard through Iridium 242 that they were doing that. It's a cast off between Daniel and JH 586. Cool. Shalisa, what was I saying?
I don't know because I just my mind went whoop.
I know, so didn't mine. And that's my whole problem sometimes when they go in the chat and I'm trying to read the comments as they go by and you know.
Yeah.
Oh, reloading. So Philly, once you pay your initial, I'm assuming, and by the way, you asked Stevie reloads too. Once you I'm thinking once you pay off your initial money for the equipment that you need, then yes, then it becomes cheaper to do that. So Olight is having their big sale. Hang on. Olight is having their big sale. I went to their website, just couldn't pull the trigger yet, but I share their link and got a free keychain light. Yes. Had to pay shipping, but I just got my tracking number. That's cool. Gerald B says, I guess I'll just put away most of my 9mm ammo I have now and just keep out 2 boxes to shoot. I plucked my brother. I punked my brother telling him to buy ammo from cheaper than dirt. He ordered 1,500 rounds, but only received 3 boxes of 50. Boy, was he on fire. I would have been on fire, too.
Oh,
Big
man.
Lock Daddy says, about to do a video this weekend, hopefully about how we lost everything in 2016. I know. The work I put in to get it mostly back. Look out for that. One should be good about how we wanted it down and out. You know what? You guys have done a great job. You know that, Big Lock Daddy. I don't have to tell you, but I'm going to tell you that anyways, my brother. So Shalisa just put in the link to the Active Heroes. So if you guys, and actually, even if you're watching today, I think you can still click on the link, correct, Shalisa? I mean, if you're watching the next day. Gunpowder Beauty, do you know if you can do that?
If you can what in the next day?
You can click on the link the next day and it'll still be there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you can click on that link, Active Heroes.
And I don't know if they have anything going right now, but
Yeah, Sunday they're doing a thing. MCK said.
yeah, go to the Ebomi or Ms. Bomi channel and usually
Gerald B says he can't find the dies around for the 9mm. They got to be around, Gerald B. Oh, there you go. MCK will help you out. MCK hook right up with Gerald B. Gerald B, MCK, Gerald B's up in Maine. Well, you probably already knew that, but so you guys, there you go. But that should answer your question there, Philly. Now, have you been able to, Shalisa, have you been able to get out and shoot your gun?
not yet.
Not yet.
The place I thought I could get into was like a really tight knit group.
Right.
I'm trying. I'm asking friends to see if anyone knows anyone
Well,
so I can get in the circle.
she's probably putting a young child to bed right now. But if you ask that young lady that's sitting beside me, that gunpowder beauty lady, and you take a little drive, take your little self a drive to Misery, maybe she'll let you shoot in her backyard.
Oh, yeah. I should have took a drive out to Jackson while she was out here.
Oh, Phil, you're welcome, brother. You know that. Reloading is kind of cool. I mean, I wish I had. I guess I could reload my shotgun. But I mean, if shotgun, if 12 gauge starts going, I don't know. I'll just buy the shot and have Gerald B do it, and I'll pay him to do it. There she is. She came back.
I just
Sorry,
thought
I had a little girl.
No, it's all right. I knew you were putting a little one down. Listen. This is not. I get it. It's all
What
good.
I missed?
Nothing. We were talking about reloading. Philly asked a question about reloading. Gunpowder. I don't know if you know him. I don't think you were here when I mentioned it. Big Glock Daddy. He's written a bunch of stuff out here in the thing, so you can just click on him on the YouTube end of it. Very cool channel. He's only got like 350 subs, and 100 of those came from this past week alone. So I'm not asking you to sub them because I don't tell people. I don't tell people they have to sub other people because that's kind of rude. But I do ask that people that just go check out his channel, and if you like what's on there, you know what I mean.
Who are you talking about?
I just said Big Glock Daddy.
Oh, I'm already subbed to him.
Okay. And he's starting to do videos again. He's made a bunch of videos this week. So yeah.
I might have to go check out why it's not.
Mikey, the Lee Lodal 2 is a plastic setup, but it worked okay for shotgun shells. But the mech is a lot faster. Is that for shot or is that for his little one's gonna be 10? Wow. No problem. No problem, as Dish would say, 1911. Nothing's changed with me, my brother. You know, I do my best. NH, fucking Trappers in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, kid? Good to see you, my friend. There's a guy I'd like to see make more videos on trapping and hunting and fishing too. But yeah, you're welcome, brother. It's all good. It's all good, man. Lee Lodell, he was a good rig. I have a 12 and 20 gauge. Oh, good. All right. Oh, Brenda come out to say hi to Trapper, but she don't say hi to me. Huh. I'm going to dust off the GoPro off this year. Yes, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Right on, brother.
Don't let the old cameras collect dust.
Yep, I got to start doing more too. I got a new camera for Father's Day, and I got a. You know what? I'm really afraid to fuck the thing up.
Cameras have feelers just like we do.
Yep.
Can't be neglecting them.
Yep. Oh, she's talking to Mr. Gunpowder Beauty. Little.
Oh, really?
Little. She's talking to the little guy.
Just a little button one.
Tell the little guy I said hi.
Hmm.
Oh, that'd be great, Bri, if you do that. You know I always love watching your videos, so you know I like them, especially the ice fishing videos. Hey, Bri, we got to try to hook up go ice fishing this year, brother. Oh, right on, bro. That'll work. He said that he has a hookup for a guided bear trapping trip. He's going to set a foot snare down and try to film it. That'd be awesome, brother. My wife just spent a week. My wife and my daughter's NH just spent a week up in Harmony, Maine. And guess what? She loves it up there. I'm almost in. I just have to get these kids to freaking graduate high school. I'm almost there, Bri. I'm almost there.
You got about 3-4 more years.
Brenda J. 6. Brenda J. says, I did too, Mikey D. I said hi to you, Mikey. I don't think you did, Brenda. Sorry. Ice fishing. We'll try to go for togue or pike. All right. I want to catch some pike, bro. I never caught a pike. I never caught a togue through the ice either. I caught a rainbow trout, obviously, but rainbow trout's not a togue. So yeah, I'd like to go. If I wish Philly did ice fishing, I'd grab him up. He can meet me at my house and we'll both go up. Ohio says, actually, Seychelles, get this out. I don't know why, if they have one in your area, but they are a great organization.
Defenders of soil, air, woods, waters, and wildlife.
There you go. Did not, Brenda J. Did not. Yeah, I'll try to get Ed. Ed's tough, man. He's been busy as all hell, bro. I will absolutely try to get Ed. Yeah, I know, Gerald B. Yeah, she was up there all week, bro. Big Lock Daddy says he had a semi-big channel reach out to him this week. Said he liked my personality, kind of going to mentor me on how to grow a channel. Got to try and figure out the whole editing process I shot from my phone. That's excellent, bro. You know me, I don't know how to edit what the shit. You just go look at my videos. Obviously not my chats. Just go look at my videos. I don't know how to edit what the fuck. So good luck, brother. I hope you make out good. You know I'm going to watch. I don't give a fuck if you edit or not. You know?
Sorry, no chapters within 30 miles.
What is a togue? Guns Girl K. A togue is a big-ass lake trout in Maine. Oh, Brian beat me to it. Yep, there it is. Brenda says, yes, I did. Are you going? No, I'm not ghosting you, Brenda. Don't be fresh. Right. So Guns Girl, Maine, people in Maine, when they say they're gonna go lake trout fishing, they're gonna say we're gonna try to catch some togue. So if you ever watch a video and a guy says togue, you know the some bitches from Maine. Me and Mikey are the kings of the one take non-edited YouTube video. Absolutely, my brother. I don't have any outtakes of my videos because I just let them fly.
Yeah, like big log leather.
See, I never used a rigger, NH. I've been watching this guy, NH. I've been watching this guy, East Coast. No, not East Coast Woodsman. What's East Grand Woodsman? I'm thinking he's from the East Grand Lake up in Maine. that's all he does is troll. I seen him how he does it. You know, he puts the thing on, he puts the weight in the leader or whatever, and the weight drags on the bottom, and then the leader follows behind, I guess. I don't know. I've never used one. No, the pole dancer video, the pole dance. Oh my Jesus Christ, Philly. Do you have to fucking remember everything, buddy? No, Philly, to answer your question, the pole video dancer is the pole video I did that's gone.
I hate it when people take videos down because a lot
I had
of
to.
you have them saved in a playlist, and then years later you go to look it up, and this video has been privatized.
If I catch a lake trout on Schoodic, I won't go home. I have dreamed of catching, and I want to catch a northern or 2 or 3. I did so Shalisa, me and Phil's old job out in the parking lot, outside of the building, they had like this carport, and instead of 4x4 beams as your posts, they had regular steel posts with concrete in them, you know. Well, I shimmied up the pole as far as the fat guy could go, and then I slid, or did I stand on something, Philly? Anyways,
No,
I came down the pole, and I went, in my little girlish voice, I went, "Pole rider." And he was fucking filming me.
shame on you, Phil.
You know, but again, I love having fun here. Ask Philly. I loved having fun down there. And me and Philly always did. Philly's a great guy. And people that know me know that's how I feel about Philly. He's a really, really great guy. And we had a little good times together, you know. Oh, I jumped up. Okay, thanks, Philly. So I jumped up, and then I just slid down the pole. And I went, "Oh, pole rider." Northerns are easy bringing up your fishing pole Tuesday. I know a nice spot on 43 and Alton. All right. You know what my dream is to do, Gerald B. and Brian? You know what I really want to do? I really want to buy a winter, not a canvas, 10-man winter tent. I just want to buy like a teepee tent, maybe even like a Polish Lavu, put a stove in it, and I want to sleep out right on like the like on a beach area, or well, not really a beach because the beaches aren't level, right? But you guys know what I'm talking about. Up in the woods, out of the wind, and then wake up, go ice fishing, you know what I mean, and just walk right onto the lake. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys think I'm crazy, but that's really what I want to do.
Simple things in life are the best.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really want to. I'd love to be able to do it.
Some of it's a little bit of reminiscing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like every once in a while, I have to jump in a car just for the hell of it, drive down an old back road. I haven't for a while.
Mikey, have you ever ridden the trails in Maine like they showed on the show Northwoods Law? No, I didn't never rode an ATV or a snowmobile in the state of Maine. I did all that stuff when I was younger in the state of New Hampshire, though. When you picking me up for that trip, Mikey, why do you want to come ice fishing, Guns Girl? You have to be the way you are right now, though. Okay. Build an ice shack, put a wood stove in it, and stay on the lake. Nah, I don't want to stay on the lake because then you get wet because of the ice melts and shit. But I want to try the tent because I always wanted to go winter camping anyways, And besides, maybe Guns Girl can keep me warm. Shh, just don't tell her. She'll get jealous. Sticking on my back when I went to Target. You got that right, Philly. With Bri, is Bri still here, or did he fall off? I wanted to ask him about the trolling. Brian knows his shit. I'll tell you that right now. Keep the fire warm. I'll keep that fire warm, especially if you're going to be like that, kid. Don't you worry about that, kid. But yeah, so that's what I like to try, anyways. One of these days, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean, Shalisa?
Some leads to cool down. Gosh, I can never read Gerald B's. Hell
Yeah.
up.
Hell, up to some lakes that they put out so many ice shacks it looks like a small town. And
Oh,
there's so many bob houses, whatever you want to call them, ice shacks, bob houses, same fucking thing.
Yeah.
And they look like a little goddamn town. The problem with having a bob house is that you better get it out. I think it's April 1st. You have to have it out. Not April 1st. Is it March or April 1st? March something or April 1st, one or the other. Hello, Brenda. Get riding.
there used to be this highway I drive back and forth to work, and every winter there were just this one spot where everyone would park up alongside of the road, and you could look over at the lake through the trees, and they would just.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of ice shanties before, but that one spot, man, everyone just. I mean that lake has houses all around it, but everyone gets in from that road right there.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'd like to try to I'd like to try to ow.
Don't hurt yourself, Mikey.
Yeah, I know.
I rented this lake house for dirt cheap, $400 a month.
Really?
Yes, for about 3 years, I think. Eventually, I just let the boyfriend have it, when I moved to Battle Creek. And it was so nice to just be able to walk outside and walk right onto the ice. It's just.
Hey, Gunpowder, you here? All right, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you and Shalisa do me a favor?
We're not doing anything like that. Sorry.
Sure.
I would never say to ask that of either one of you. I might ask Guns girl, but I ain't gonna ask one of you. Well, I told you I like to have fun. What the fuck? I have to go see a man about a horse. Do you think you guys can deal with me not being here for a minute or two?
Oh, sure. We'll run the show.
All right.
Sure.
And I don't have any trolls, so you don't even have to worry about the trolls. So I'm lucky in that aspect. Only once in a great while. Remember that one night we did up the trolls though, and you were like, I never seen you freaking move so fast on the goddamn computer. You were like, da-da-da-da-da-da.
I just got to quit hitting Big Glock Daddy. I keep. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Hurry back.
It's like Stevie saying, "I'm a redneck cockaham." You just can't say it fast enough.
Yeah. Yeah, watch Tommy pop up now. Yeah, wash your hands, Mikey. What do you think he's going to do, Brenda? Save that for the private. Most of us just load them back up. The last fishing trip. Here. When's the last time you've been fishing there, Gunpowder Beauty?
Oh, I actually went fishing the other day.
Cool. Of course, we got Harry Beaver in the chat. Someone had to hear troll and find his troll account. Did you take the kids with you?
Right. Yeah, we took the kids. It was cool. We cooked s'mores and had hot dogs. And then, of course, it decided it wanted to come a downpour. So didn't catch anything that day, but the kids got to experience fishing and it raining out on the lake and the docks.
That's
It was
good.
pretty cool.
Yeah, as long as it's hot enough, it's not always too bad to get rained or downpoured on. Guess it all depends on how far you are from home and yeah, a lot of things.
Yeah. This spot, it's maybe a 3-minute drive. So it's a really cool place, and it's got a grill and a bench and everything right there. We would have stayed out, but my daughter's like terrified of
Aw.
thunder and lightning.
Hell, that last storm we had come through here, my neighbors were just standing outside with their arms out like, come and take me. And it was like a huge storm that hit just about everybody in the Midwest. Probably the same one that might have got you 4 or 5 days ago. It was like on the radar. It was freaking crazy all the way from Minnesota all the way down to the bottom of Ohio, maybe into Kentucky. I don't know if that one ever got you, but
I don't know. We've had rain.
Our-
We've had rain the past couple of days.
Good,
It's been
good.
nice.
the storm broke up just around Battle Creek, but everyone else in that whole line that stretched like 3-4 states it was so red on the radar. But the weird thing was, even though it broke up, the front line of the storm came like mad crazy. You could see the dust from the road just come racing at us. And I'm standing there with my screen door and my camera, and then all of a sudden I pan over at the neighbor because they're all standing out there with the kids still. And 2 of them grabbed little ones, toddlers, and turned their back to that wave of dust that came, and the kids were screaming, and then that was it. We just
Oh
got,
my goodness.
and then the next day I went for a drive, and this one store had some little trees broke over, and there was a Citgo station where all the you know that thing, the roof thing over the gas stations where you pump gas, all the panels, the decorating and the name Citgo, all the panels were gone. Must have just blew right off.
Dang, I got some crazy winds.
It's the 7th major storm we've had this year. It's crazy. What is Gear saying? Guns Girl, super jealous. I miss fishing so far this year. Maybe I'll day F everything tomorrow and do what I want instead of what I have to. Gear says, I'm tired of these darn tourists. Working retail without tourists and fishermen is not recommended. Got to ever. Man, I don't know why I can't read today.
Because you need glasses.
I got brain fog. Maybe it's all the
I didn't hear what you said. You have a what?
brain fog. Might
Oh,
be
yeah.
all the candles I've been sniffing.
I get that all the time. You guys know that. You're on my chats.
I got it bad today.
You guys know all that. Come on now. But hey, I'm really a jackass too. I don't know why people think I'm nice.
Yeah, I was trying to get to that part.
I think you're nice. How long have I known you, kid? A real long time, right? That's cool. I like MCK. Come in. Brenda J. Gia finally made it. Hike with Mike comes in.
I can read HRM there. I ran out of fresh mater sandwiches, Gear. How are you? How you holding up on fresh maters?
Right on, Guns Girl.
I missed Gear's garden video last week.
Guns Girl, it'll get better, sweetie. It'll get better. What are the fish biting today? Hooks. That's awesome, Gia.
That's what I tried telling my neighbor, Gear. She's like, man, my tomato plant, blah, 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 looks so sad. And I'm looking over it. I'm like, dang, it's got a few little tomatoes on it. And then she says, yeah, I got about 18 tomatoes off of it. Well, what are you complaining about? Yes.
We've got a couple of tomato plants.
Yep.
And a couple of them were so close to being pick ready. And we went out, we had gone to Home Depot or something, came back, every freaking tomato was gone. And then we were kind of thinking the kids had done it. Well, at night, some of our other tomato bushes, they had a whole bunch of the little ones because they're going to be the Roma tomatoes.
Right.
Overnight, everything was wiped out. And then we have one more plant up by the house. And in the evening, my husband saw a squirrel go out from underneath the cage in the tomato pot, went out from underneath the cage with tomatoes and took off running across the yard. And I'm like, stupid squirrels are stealing all my tomatoes.
Squirrel?
Squirrel.
As Dish would say, shoot them.
Well,
And eat 'em.
we're planning on it. We sat there and got everything legal and ready in case, some game wardens or something show up to the house and we're off, knocking off the squirrel population. We wanted to make sure we were legit.
Right,
So-
right, Jezzo, I know that, brother. So my wife, I can't have a garden here because you guys know I live in a duplex thing. You Bob and all, I don't really have a yard or whatever. So we did it the gear way. I got it all in pots. So she's got a couple of tomato plants. They're the big ones that you buy in the store. With the big, they're the huge. They get huge. Whatever the fuck those are called, I don't know.
The boys or the beefy tomatoes or whatever they are.
I don't know. I just know they go big. She's got not basil. What's the other one? Keeps the bugs away. Another spice. Anyway, she's growing that. Green peppers. Eggplant. The eggplant kills me. Now they're in like a 10-inch round pots, plastic pots, The fucking eggplants. First of all, they look like little black little penises. Did I tell you guys that last week before last, whatever the hell I saw you? I'll give you a little. Here's Johnny.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little thing on a 14-year-old that I love dearly. I says to my wife, "Hey, honey." She says, "What?" I goes, "These eggplants?" She goes, "Yeah." I go, "They look like black little penises." What does the 14-year-old daughter reply with? "No, they don't, Daddy."
Oh God.
And I went to say, "How the fuck do you know?" Not fuck, but I went to say, "How the hell do you know?" And my wife grabbed me. She was careful. "You may not want to ask that question because you may not like to hear that fucking answer." And I went, "Honey, can you do me a favor?" She says, "What? Can you just go in the house?" But anyway, my wife has these eggplants there has to be 8 eggplants on this one thing, and they're gonna grow. So eventually it's gonna hit the ground. And I told her we're gonna have to bring them in the house, open up the shades, so obviously it gets sun, because I don't want them on the ground because the bugs get all over them and whatever. And I'm just afraid she'll lose them after all that good work she's doing, But anyways, hello, my friend John.
How are you? Sorry, we went over.
No, it's all right. I just wanted to let you know that to make sure that we were still there because I know we had spoke and we had jumped off early last week and you didn't have a.
It was funny. Every once in a while someone will bring up the Illuminati. And Christine and I had this show a while back, and I knew somebody who was in this thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna be sneaky and I'm gonna talk to him and all that and see what information I can get. And he was like, "Yeah, no, we don't hide. We're not hiding. We're not a secret society. We have our own website." So he gave me the website. I was like, "What?" "Yeah, we have a YouTube channel and Facebook page too." I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, I mean, you go on the website, it's like, here's how we're going to dominate the world. And they tell you everything. So we were just on there laughing. I was like, yeah, no, seriously. They're like, give us the website. So we put it out, and then everybody was having fun with that. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, they have merch. You can buy t-shirts.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I listened to the show the other day, right?
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not telling you to do anything about your show because you know I like them anyways. And when you said, Mikey, it's on, blah, 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 I went on my phone app because I was upstairs, right?
Yep.
Saturday night, I went on my phone app and I'm trying to listen to it live. It wouldn't let me listen to it live, of course. I had to hit another button and sign in. But I never signed into my app ever because when I listen to the old shows, you know what I mean? Like when it comes across and I'll listen to them on the way to Bangor or whatever.
Yep.
I just hit. I go to my Spreaker and she's right there because it's favorited. You know.
Yeah, but remember, there's 3 shows. That's the problem. There's 3 different shows.
Well, they play continuously for me. So once I hit one, right, as soon as it ends, I get the other one. Then the
But
next
the
one.
other
the
day,
next one, the next one, the next one.
the other day you weren't going to that show. You were going to a different show. Miss Bomey's Zone is a different show.
Oh, is that why I couldn't find it?
Right. See, there's 3 shows.
I was so fucking pissed.
I own the network, but there's 3 shows on the network. You have Ebomi's Locked and Loaded is one show. You have Miss Bomey's Zone, which is another show, and then you have the weekly one you listen to in the car. That's the Quickie with Miss B. So all 3 different shows on one network.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look tomorrow night. Maybe tomorrow before you go on air, can we walk through it again?
Yeah. Tomorrow, Real Cobra Burnout's going to be the guest, and they're going to be
Nice.
talking about paranormal activity.
That'll be interesting because that scares the shit out of me, and I sort of kind of believe in it. Just me. Sorry, call me a weirdo, call me anything you want. I've been called worse.
Everybody's entitled to their beliefs. Besides,
But
arrogance is the only thing that's dangerous. That's when you don't believe anything can be real.
I get a kick out of it years and years and years and years and years ago. My son, they were young, you know, and he said he believes in ghosts, right?
Yeah.
So he comes back up to the trailer and he says, "Dad, they're making fun of me." I said, "Who's making fun of you, buddy?" He says, "My cousins." I goes, "You Delucia cousins?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Why would they be making fun of you?" He goes, "Well," he said, "I said I believe in ghosts." I says, "Okay, so what the hell's wrong with that?" He says, and they said there's no such thing as ghosts. What are you, silly? Da 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 da. I says, "Jonathan, the next time they make fun of you for believing in ghosts," he says, "Yeah." As now my whole family's Catholic, okay? They all go to church and all this, okay? I says,
Well, you have the easiest thing
Hang
in
on.
the whole world.
hang on. So you know what I said to him? I says, next time say, "Do you believe in God? Do you believe in Jesus?" "Yep." "When's the last time you seen him?"
Or you could also say,
"Do you believe
this
in the
with
Holy
me.
Spirit?"
There you go. I
So-
believe the Father,
so-
the Son,
so
and the
He goes,
Holy
"But
Ghost."
Dad," I goes, No. Just say, "Do you believe in the Holy Spirit?" So that night they come up the trailer because I got a campfire for the kids and everything, and they're doing s'mores and all that, you know, all the kid shit, you know. And the subject came up, and my nephew says, and he was young. They were all young at the time. They were probably, you know, whatever. I don't know, 10, whatever. "Hey, Uncle Mike, you know Jonathan believes in ghosts?" I'm like, "Yep." I says, "And so don't I." And he goes, "Really?" I went, "Yep." And all the girls start giggling. I go, "What are you giggling about? Especially you two." They go, "What?" I go, "When you go to church, you believe in the Holy Spirit?" "Yep." I said, "Well, tell me the last time you seen it." And they went like this. Of course, they were young, you know. But anyways, long story short, I there's been way too many times, even after our son's death, and even till today, even with his death, there's times that I shit you not. I absolutely shit you fucking not. It can be 100 degrees outside. It could be 100 degrees in my house. And I get a cold through my body and in that room, and then it's gone. And then it's back to being 100, and it's back to it. It's the weirdest fucking feeling that I have.
Well, yeah,
It's-
and who is anybody to say that? Who is
It's-
anybody to say that's not true, though? I mean, no,
Yeah, no, it's
nobody has the ability to prove or disprove any.
Yeah.
I have seen things before that I thought were quite unusual. I don't have any proof of anything, but
right. I mean, that's
oh, by the way, hello, Shalisa. Hello, Gunpowder.
Brenda J. Do you? Well, Brenda, John? Do you want to? Brenda J. says she loves the paranormal activity. You want to tell her how she can listen to the show, or did you
Yeah.
want to write it in the? Did you want to?
Here's the easiest way. I do a promo every single Friday and Saturday for the shows. It's
Right,
right
John,
on.
I'm gonna interrupt you there, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, can you write something in the chat for her so she can go to your channel so she'll see it?
Oh, let's see here.
If you don't
Well,
mind,
well,
you
the
have to open up
promo-
another window.
The promos go on to Eric's channel.
Oh, okay. Well, can you put it on Eric's channel then?
Yeah, Ebomi.
Actually, Brenda, are you sub to Ebomi's channel or Ms. Ebomi? Either one.
No, it's everything goes on to Ebomi's channel.
Okay.
He's got the bigger channel, so you get better. Hang on here. I'll put his channel in there.
All right. So he's gonna put this channel. John's gonna put this channel in here, and like he just said, he puts out a what was the term you used?
Promo.
A promo video on it.
Yeah.
So you can see it, and if you're into the paranormal, look into the show tomorrow night. I listen to the show all the time. Like I said, I have the app, and I go, like I said, Johnny, they have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna grab the actual networks thing. So
Okay.
if people want to be on the network, will get you right to it.
Okay. So if you guys and girls are interested, you can check that out. That's 9:00, right? 9:30.
Yeah,
9 o'clock, and that's Eastern. Eastern. No,
Eastern Standard Time.
are they Eastern?
Yep, everything's Eastern.
Okay. 9 o'clock Eastern. All right.
There we go. All right.
And don't forget, Johnny, I'll text you or something tomorrow night before the show starts, and that way I'll get in the show before it starts. Can you do that? Can you get in the show before it starts?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I'll do that.
Well, if you want, I can bring you into the show. You can come sit it.
I don't.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I can't do that
Why?
because that's
Why?
no. I'll talk later about that, and I'll tell you why.
You don't even have to talk. We have people that actually just sit there so they can listen.
Oh.
You don't have to talk. You can hit the mute button and just sit there if you want. All right, let's see if this works here. That's the network. That's my network right there, and all of the shows. Ebomi's Locked and Loaded is on there, as well as Miss Bomi's Zone, and then the comedy show that happens Monday through Friday, 15-minute quick comedy show called Quickie with Miss B. That's on there as well.
Yeah, those are the ones that I go back to back on my
Yes.
on my way up north.
Yep.
And in the car. But to get back to that, I want to ask you a question. And again, I prefaced this earlier with, I don't know anything about making a show like you guys make a show. And I mentioned it to you before. Christine again comes in fine, but for some reason,
it's this right here, and I've got a new panel for it to switch it out.
okay.
Yeah, I have to have hers up so loud.
Because you just seen. All right, that's what I was going to ask, and that was my second question.
Yep.
Does hers have to be up a certain level?
I gotta hang hers up so high. So
Right.
mine, I just got another mic for mine, so now mine has to come up, and I have to sit like this and talk on it, and then it's very, 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 very clear.
Okay.
So yeah, this is a special mic that you have to literally, how you see the singers and they got their mouths on the mic.
Yeah.
That's what this one is now. So
Okay.
it will change everything.
Oh, there you go. Hey, I want that mic one night just so I can say, hello, guns girl. And then Shalisa will tape that.
There you go.
Jeff S., how the hell are you? Everybody say hi to Jeff S., please.
I did.
Hello, Jeff. Now, who's Jeff S? I don't recognize the name.
Why is my John? What happens when you hit and reload and it doesn't? So I went outside to the YouTube side of things,
Yeah.
and it's not. I don't know if it's the lag, if I'm doing something wrong when I make the chat, but holy Hannah, is there a lag on my chat?
So almost 7 seconds.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Because everybody sees everything first before me, and I'm like, what the hell? Is
Well,
it my
that's because-
computer?
Well, yeah, but it's StreamYard.
Oh, is it?
It's StreamYard. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes 3 seconds to get to here, then 3 seconds to get to there.
Yeah, you're over 7 seconds down. Yep, it's going to be terrible. And the hard part is for me is always I want to do this right here where I'm looking at everybody and I can see the comments here. But these comments that are here never work right.
Really?
I always have to have the YouTube one to look at the comments because every time I look over here, you guys will start laughing about something. I'll be, what the hell's that? I don't see it. I go to the YouTube side and I'm like 35 comments behind. Oh yeah, that's a pain in the ass. But I mean, when you're running two different systems and trying to bring them together, that just creates that issue. So how has everybody been during our little COVID experience?
Doing all right. Trying to stay out of trouble.
Maine is now officially charging you to go to the courthouse now. Can you imagine that? You have to pay to enter the courthouse now.
I wouldn't go to the fucking courthouse.
Oh, I have to. I have no choice.
What, taxes don't pay for it?
No. Oh no. See, and there's a little known thing for a lot of people. I won't go too deep into it, but yeah, let me cover that up right there. But yeah, Mikey, you got to. I have to pay.
How come Gerald B didn't tell me this?
See this? I have to pay $150. There's the visitor fee, $150 visitor fee for entering the courthouse. For entering it.
That makes no fucking sense.
Entering the courthouse.
So if you have to enter the courthouse because you have a traffic ticket and you want to
No. Just this is gonna blow your mind. Get ready to have your mind blown. If you have a child with autism, and they turn 18, there's two things that can happen. Number one, they'll take them to the hospital while you're not paying attention. If you're goofballing and you don't get your guardianship done, they'll take him to the hospital while he's in school, and then you'll never see your kid again ever, because HIPAA will make sure of that. They'll just take him, give him a guardian light on, he's gone. Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Let me slow you down for half a second, if you don't mind.
Gone.
How?
Gone.
That's
gone.
Kidnapping, kid.
No, and guess what? They're literally it's not slavery like do work. They're put into halfway houses where people get to collect the money on them.
Now they can take him when he turns 18.
No, I have to go pay for him. I have to go buy him.
You have to go so you have to apply for custody of your own child, because when a child born,
it's gonna cost $1,000.
Automatically a ward of the state.
Yep, it's gonna cost $1,000.
So
$1,000.
for an autistic child, your child is a ward.
Yes.
Jeff, give me 1 second. I want it, because obviously I'm getting back to the subject, because
But yeah, I have.
Jeff Best, can you hang on one second, Johnny? Jeff Best, can you put your link to your channel in the box, please?
I know
in
a
the
guy
chat
that
box.
needs to be a ward of the state.
I'm sorry, it's Johnny. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. It's really fucked up. Because what happens is I got a note passed to me from a teacher who told me
Yes.
to read what's in the packet. So I went home. I read what's in the packet. She said, "Get your kid quickly to be to get your guardianship of your kid because Rhett turns 18 on the first day of school."
Really?
And what they'll do is this. Now, this all sounds weird, but it's the truth. If you stop and think about it, you go into the school if your child isn't your child, pick up your child? No. So in order for you to go into school and get him, if he's 18, you have to have filed for guardianship. Child's 18. You have to have guardianship. Someone has to be able to speak for the child because he has autism. All right. If you didn't, and you have to file that with the school, they have to have the paperwork. So if you didn't file it, the nurse knows he's not. What happens is these nurses will take these kids to the doctors. When they take them to the doctors, for whatever reason, sniffles or whatever, that's it. The kid's gone because HIPAA will take care of the rest of it for them.
Well, God bless that lady that told you about that.
Because when they get him in there, we can't treat him. Someone has to have who's speaking for the kid. They call for a guardian.
Jump in.
Yep, guardian ad litem gets called in. Once the guardian ad litem gets called in, she was already there because the nurse called her, and then she recommends a halfway house where your kid's going to go. And the halfway houses are, imagine a house, you have a 4-bedroom house.
Yep.
3 bedrooms upstairs. Each one has 2 bunk beds in it. Each kid's worth $3,000. That means each one of those rooms produces $12,000 a month. That's what they do with your children.
So there's people taking advantage of.
That's what they're doing with your children. Now, you can buy your child back from the state, which is what I'm in the middle
The
of doing
fuck
now.
did you just say?
You can buy your kid. Yeah. I have to pay $1,000 to keep my son. I have to pay $1,000 in court. I have to have, no joke, his brother had to sign forms saying it was okay. People are signing forms saying it's okay for me to keep my kid. And I have to go in there and keep paying all this money and money and money. Last time the visit was $263 just to get in and get the paperwork. That's just to get the paperwork.
Well,
Then I got to go back and file it again. It's $500 for the file fee. So that'll put me up around $700. And then I have another goddamn $250. And then I'll go to court. And then when the judge says yes, you may keep your son. Then the kid that I just raised for 18 years will actually have been my kid, left being my kid, and now will be back to being my kid again.
That's
Okay.
like the whole process of me going through to buy my house. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Gunpowder, go ahead. You can say it, and I don't even care what language you use. Go ahead.
I'm trying to wrap my fucking head around this because this is some absolute fucking bullshit. I give birth to my child and my child happens to have autism. The fucking state thinks that they're going to sit there and claim rights to my kid. I raised my kid for however many years. Right now they're 3 and 5. And these motherfuckers want to tell me that I've got to buy my kid back. When I supported my child, I gave birth to my child. The state had no fucking nothing to do with my kid. And they're going to take my child out of school, take him to a doctor without my permission, and then tell me that I have no rights to my child. There's going to be a dead motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if they work for the state, CPS, whoever the fuck they want. You mess with my kid, you're risking your own fucking life.
It's insanity that they this HIPAA thing. This HIPAA thing is absolutely insane. Because
so hang on.
They won't allow
the
parents.
Let me interrupt. Let me interrupt you on that with the HIPAA thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the HIPAA thing, Ohio? Why you want us to look at dolls? Does the HIPAA thing count? Okay. So he's a minor, so you're gonna have, and you're his parent, so you don't need it. So when he's 18,
That's the key.
right? Can you take power of attorney over him
With permission,
from
the state.
why the state?
Because
I'm just, Johnny, I'm not being a douche.
No,
I'm trying to
no.
understand it, bro.
there's nothing else to say except for this. This is what happens. When you turn 18, just like when you turned 18.
And this is
you
with
could-
all autistic children across
Hold
this
on,
country?
Hold on. When you turned 18, you had the right to go, fuck you, mom and dad. Don't ask me any more questions. Nothing. It's none of your business. Walk out the door.
Yep.
And could they get into your business at all up to that point? No. Nothing.
No.
You had to, there was none of their business. If you went to jail, none of their fucking business. They couldn't call anything. Same thing for him. All right. Except for since he's autistic, now who's going to help him understand? HIPAA says the parents have nothing to do with him at all. That's
Who
it.
the fuck is HIPAA to say that, though?
That's what it says.
And who lets this happen?
The United States of America. HIPAA
This is
is the
to
whole.
every state?
Every state has to deal with HIPAA. Every single state.
My buddy has
to deal
twin kids that are autistic.
with it. Yeah, every single one of them. And I'll tell you right now, it's a nightmare because here's what happened to me. Mine got even worse. I'm terrified because I was supposed to be there the last one of the last 2 days of March. What happened in the last 2 days of March?
He had COVID.
Right. And my son turns 18 on the 1st of next month. They just opened the courthouse. So I'm like literally panicking, going, this happens now? I had months to go in there. The courthouse has been closed for months. I just got the paperwork the other day. I had to have my kids, get your ass down here, fill this paperwork as quick as possible. I ran down there and paid the fee as fast as I could. I paid the fee before I even had the paperwork, just so it would be paid, so I can at least be able to do that. Now I got the rest of the money. I'm getting ready to go down there and pay another payment on it. It's like, holy crap. I am up against the wall.
John, I know you're explaining it as best you can, and I'm not being funny. I would never be funny about a subject like this to begin with.
No, just ask a question. That's the only way you're going to do it. Just ask it.
I want to throw up. I don't understand. I guess how is it a law and how are there groups for
I know
parents
what
with
you're having.
autistic children
Hold
that
on.
can get together and say that?
Hold on.
I'm sorry. Grab a Democrat and say to them, "Hey, why am I paying for my fucking kid to buy my kid back from you people? Get rid of this fucking HIPAA shit. Get rid of this fucking."
The HIPAA thing is this. Here's what the HIPAA thing is. The HIPAA thing is that paperwork that every time you go to the doctor, they have you sign that paper or look at the paper.
Unless you
HIPAA-
have power of attorney over them.
Okay, now to get power, you don't need power of attorney when they're 17.
Right, because they're
The
minor.
but the moment he turns 18,
You need power of attorney.
But can he speak for himself? This is the moment. Right there's the moment.
So you're telling me that an autistic child belongs to the state at the age of 18?
Unless you have pre-done it so that you are the guardian. You must be the guardian.
You're
If
his
you're
father.
not-
Of course you're the guardian.
No. At 18, children can do what? What can a child do at 18?
He or she can join. He can do all that shit. Yes.
So if he's an adult, then what they're saying is this: if he's an adult, then he's not under my care anymore. So I have no business.
Yeah.
with him.
This. Wait.
Who's gonna? No, Mikey. They say who's gonna speak for the child. The parents should have filed for guardianship ahead of time, so that day was right. You'd be shocked. Everything's been happening all in a row. He lost his insurance. He's on my insurance, and I have beautiful military insurance. But when he's changing over from child to adult, they dropped him. They want to wait till he turns 18, and then we'll bring him back on. Because what it is he's not a pediatric, and he's also
Yeah, but
not
you
an
have
adult.
till he's 27 because my son's 22 and he's on
He
my
still
insurance.
comes off of pediatrics, and you're dealing with a regular kid. You're not dealing with a handicapped child.
Well, yes and
Whole
no.
different. Well,
You know that.
But still two different.
I know.
worlds. So what happens is since Rhett, when the moment he turns 18, if he doesn't have a guardian, they say he cannot answer the questions. Do you want to live with your dad? Does he understand it? Do you want to have, well, who do you want for a doctor? Can he make the decision of who he wants for a doctor? No. Can he make this decision? No. Can he?
No, as long as he can make this decision, John. I don't mean to interrupt, but as long as he can make the decision that he wants to live with his dad, tell the fucking state to go kick fucking rocks.
Well, you can say that all you want, and then you'll be sitting there going, why did I say that? What it is you file for guardianship ahead of time. I'm behind the 8 ball because COVID shut the courtrooms down on me.
Yeah.
And so as soon as it opened up last week, I ran in there and started getting all the work done. But of course, they're just like, yep, ticky-tacky, buddy, ticky-tacky. Let's go. Times are wasting. You better get this stuff done. And they don't backburner any of this stuff. So I had to file for an emergency guardianship, which used the same paper. I'm doing the same thing you do as if your dad, say you were your father,
dad gets old or whatever, right?
And he has a stroke. Now, how can your dad speak for himself?
Right.
He can't. So who's going to take care of your dad? Who's going to make the decisions? You're going to file for guardianship. All that stuff you would have to do is what I've got to do, and I have 2 weeks to get it done.
And it costs you money to do this?
Over $1,000. Hell yeah.
David Evans, good to see you. How are you? I hope things are well. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Remember, we're going to have a filing fee for that. And that paper had to be printed.
I cannot believe. Oh my God.
Oh, listen, what do you
Jeff
think they're
Betts.
What do you think they're charging for a piece of paper? One piece of paper. What in your wildest dreams? What do you think they're charging?
John,
$150.
Now look at this right here. Copies. Where's that right here? Copies.
Hang on.
Copies to the visitor totaled out at one copy.
Wow, 24.
That one copy was $24 for one piece of paper.
Can't do nothing.
Okay, give me 1 sec. There's a question out there, or a statement actually, from Jeff S., who's new to our chat. He just stumbled upon, and he's also in the. I want to say he said he was in the insurance business out in Arkansas. He says, John, I got to ask though. My friend his friend has an autistic child, and this has not came up.
Well, it depends on the age. When your kid turns 17, this is something you need to start doing, is getting the guardianship done. I was getting ready to get it done. Lo and behold, someone went, America is closed. Everything is closed, and we are out of here. And they just opened up the other day. So it's like, oh my God, I'm under the gun. You want to get this done way, way, way before than me, because it's not good to be under this one. It says, sorry for your situation, John, but as a friend, I really wanted to call bullshit. I can't.
Yeah.
As
Call
I don't
bullshit
live in
the
your
state of Maine. Absolutely. It is bullshit.
Well, remember, this is
He just showed you the piece of paper that he charged 20. These douchebags charged.
But remember, this can happen in any state. Any state.
So it's a federal.
No, HIPAA is. Yes. See, but this is what people aren't understanding. HIPAA's the problem. HIPAA is the problem because, like you see, Shalisha's shaking her head. What it is it's protecting the adult. So 1 second he's an adult, but then he's an adult who can't speak for himself. So he can't say he wants his dad to be in charge of him. He's just standing in the hospital. So what do? They call this thing called a guardian ad litem, who is a person who will temporarily, for right this moment, be the guardian. She shows up and goes, he's going to go to the halfway house. They don't have to report to the parents. He's an adult. It's none of the parents' goddamn business. He's an adult. If your kid is 18 years old, skins his knee, goes to the hospital, and then leaves, does the hospital call you? No. Why? He's 18 years old. HIPAA protects him. HIPAA says no. And that's nationwide. HIPAA says, no, it's none of daddy's business. You're not daddy's kid anymore. You're an adult. So what happens is all those things hit. You're not daddy's kid, but you're also not able to care for yourself. but HIPAA's so it's a nightmare when all these things start hitting at the same time. If you didn't get it done ahead of time, like I was going to, now you're behind the 8 ball. And I'm just happen to be, I mean, what's the chances of having a pandemic outbreak as I'm getting ready to go to guardianship for my child? How is that even going to be possible? But it happened. And it seems like you might want to call bullshit, but before you ever call bullshit on something like this, the best thing to do is just go read about it and go learn it, because it happens every single day.
Well, I with the exception of this stuff, you know, what they're doing to you and others, because you're not alone.
Oh, no.
David Evans says my neighbor has done this with her son, but he can't imagine it.
Oh, yeah. It
But
just is what it is, and you have no choice.
With the exception of what y'all going through, with the exception of what David Evans's neighbor's gone through, I don't have a problem with HIPAA. I really don't. Other than this problem. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? If this wasn't involved, I have no problem with HIPAA.
What this is this.
But this sucks. This is wrong.
This is a side effect of HIPAA.
And there
This is one of those weird. This crosses over this, and then this crosses over this. But the states are like this. We don't have a plan to fix this when it happens. You just need to fix it.
All right, so let me ask you a question. I'm not, again, subjects like this, I'm not even being funny. Can you, as a parent of an autistic child, can David Evans's neighbor, as parents of an autistic child, and parents of autistic children everywhere that are in this, like Ohio calls it limbo. He's almost correct with that assumption, right?
Yeah.
Can you guys go to their local? Actually, it's federal, so you'd have to go to federal court, right?
Autism right now, Mike.
But could it go on a national level? I mean, like that organization for autism that raises money and stuff. Can't they say, "Hey, what the is going on
if
here?"
you're talking now, I'm getting ready to piss off a whole lot of people here. But if you're talking about Autism Speaks, now remember, before anyone decides to say anything, I've only had a child with autism for 18 years, so I have about 18 years of experience of 24 hours a day stuff. But that they don't do anything. Like Autism Speaks doesn't do anything. Literally nothing.
Okay, but the point I was trying to make was, are there organizations through there that can get? Are there advocates that can get to the federal level that can change this law?
You're not there yet. Here's where we're at right now with autism. Okay, autism's been around for a long time, but autism just took off now and started really becoming to the forefront now. People are seeing it so much. We haven't even got the kids taken care of on the basic level. In other words, I got a weighted blanket for my son. Okay, weighted blanket for my son.
I got one too for my kid.
Okay, well, you might want to go open it up because there's no regulation. Normal children, choking hazards are bad. Autistic children don't matter. What do I mean by that is his weighted blanket was full of ball bearings.
Really?
Each one of them was a choking hazard. Why would you do that to a child? Why would you fill the blanket, the tubes that are inside the blanket? Now, I've seen them with sand. But the one that I got from the school was full of ball bearings. And it's like, who the hell would do that? That's so stupid. And then you look at some of the little things they have, the little swing. It's like a hammock swing. What do those things cost? Well, if it's for an autistic child, it's $700 or $800. They're still in there's money to be made on these kids. We're going to make the money phase. Because autism is now taken off, and it's become. You didn't used to hear about it. Think about it. You hardly ever heard about it. Then all of a sudden, you heard about it more and more and more. And now everybody seems to have a kid with autism. So right now, everybody's still trying to make the money on it. Right now, it's like a cash cow for folks. They're all making money. I mean, all the schools are developing STARS programs so they can get these kids jammed into there. And what do they do special for the kids? Not a whole lot, really, sometimes. Well, I've been lucky. I've been able to have good people.
Because my son does this at night in his bed. He just toss, turn, all night long. So we went to his doctor when I had him in Boston, and I said, you know, his sleeping is just horrific. So this was, you can try a weighted blanket. So I'm a weighted blanket, and I'm like, well, guess what? You get about 10 of those because it's, you know. So I said, what about, you know, is it medicine or something I can give him? I says, the kid hasn't had a decent night's sleep, and I can't tell you how long. So he stays up all night playing the fucking video game just to get tired enough, just so he'll sleep when he goes to sleep. You know. Agreed. And the family member has sensory issues. Kids say deal. Kid, same deal. Weighted blankets, etc. Yeah, I know, David. There's a lot of kids that can't deal with the sensory issues on their face. You're right.
Rhett did this one. He would put his chin in his hand and then press with everything he had because he's trying to get a sensation. So he would jam his chin like this with everything he had. Right now, what he does is it would crack you up. Well, you remember it. He was doing while you're here. He jumps. He'll jump for like 6 hours straight. Just jump, 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 jump. And when you get an 18-year-old boy that jumps for hours on end, it takes a lot to get used to that. But yeah, he's got plenty of the sensory issues. The weighted blanket, though, I was blown away because it was just full of ball bearings. I was like, what the hell is this? That's what it was. I've seen them with sand. Now imagine they take a cloth. Think about a cloth tube. I mean, I don't know how to describe it to you. You know the little tiny foam.
No, I do because he's got one, so I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so the tube inside, they might fill it with sand, and even sand. Now, sand's not a choking hazard, but they hand that to you, and you go, "How much does this cost?" That's a $900. Now think about that. You can buy a blanket for nothing. And if you put sand in it, it makes it worth $900. They're just taking advantage of everybody.
You can make your own, for Christ's sake.
Well, yeah, but they're just taking advantage of it because it's for autism. I used to get the catalogs that come in the mail for every time you get near that Autism Society. They're always like, "Oh, get the catalog," you know what I mean? And these catalogs are taking things like the PEC system. The PEC system is pictures that have Velcro on the back, and you put the Velcro on your fridge. So if your kid wants orange juice, he pulls down "I want," and he puts it on the Velcro. He pulls the picture of orange juice and he puts it down there, and he learns how to formulate a sentence without speaking it. It's the PEC system. That'll cost you $800. It's Velcro from Home Depot and pictures you print up on your computer. Buy a laminator for $20 and make it your damn self. That's what we did. But they'll sell it to you for $800. Why? Autistic kids are money. They're still in the money-making phase. They haven't really moved forward yet.
All right, let me ask you this, and girls, please, you guys tell me too. How do? And I'm sorry, I know you guys are writing a bunch of shit out in that comment section. I'm really sorry for not catching all of them. So please don't get upset. Shit, now I just lost my train of thought. How does people in the healthcare systems, how do people that, and it's a serious question, how the fuck do they sleep at night?
Well, you got to remember there's two different things. Now, Shalisa has a child that has spectrum, right? On the spectrum. So the thing you got to remember is this: there's two different groups. There's administration and teachers. Now, number one, in case there's teachers here and people that are hearing me talk, I adore the caregivers and the teachers. They do amazing work. Speech pathologists, the occupational therapists, the OT people. Amazing. They did such incredible work with my son. It's unbelievable. Then you move to administration, school administration, principals, superintendents, asshats.
Yes.
All of them.
Bureaucratic fucking.
So whenever like I learned this a hard lesson. I called my when I was at the school one day, we were doing an IEP and I'm my son's advocate. I handle all his IEPs, which is individualized educational programming for him. And the principal became so aggressive, so nasty. She apparently had been told to take more control and stop letting me talk. So I stood up and walked out, and I had a friend who does law, and I called him and said, "What's the deal? What's going on? I'm going to lose my mind, man." He goes, "Oh, you're real simple. Stay outside in the parking lot," he said, "and call the school and have them send somebody out to the parking lot to you. Do not walk back in the school." I said, "Okay." Say you want, he says, "By law, you can cancel that IEP right now and file for another one in 7 days. And when you do, tell them you want to have that principal declared a it's a non-qualified individual because she runs the school but is not directly involved with the
Involved
education
in
of
his
your child.
teaching, so she can't be
So
on.
I
She can't
want
be
to
on
have-
the
Yeah,
on the
She-
decision making.
I want to have it moved to the superintendent's office
Right.
so that we can do it there. And then what ends up happening, like he told me, is then you're going to put a pinch on them. You got to learn how to pinch them the right way. And what that does is when you move it from the school to the superintendent's office, all the teachers that are working with him, all right, his homeroom teacher, his occupational therapist, his speech, but all of them have to come to the superintendent for that 1 hour meeting, which means they all have to have subs at the school.
Yes.
So now he's got to pay for 2 people. So he learns very quickly to mellow it out a little bit, chill out, or we'll just keep doing it. You can cancel it and call it again in 7 days.
That's how it was when we had Jonathan and IAP at the high school.
Yeah.
And I walked in on my first son. They know my wife by heart. That's not in a good way. Exactly like you, the teachers were good. There were a couple that I could deal without. With my oldest son, he was supposed to have speech 3 times a week. Okay. And for a couple weeks straight, he had it once. And so she went down, and when I tell you my wife keeps everything, she's not a hoarder, but when it comes to shit like this, she took the stack of you've done the IEPs, I'm sure.
I have every one
I
of
think
them.
Shalisa might have too, right? So she takes that book down in the school with her, and she says, "You might need. I might need bail money." And she goes down the school and she says, "Read it." Well, Mrs. DeLucia, and then she gets the bureaucratic fucking tongue wash. So she goes to the head honcho at the superintendent. He goes, "Listen to me closely. You do not want fucking Channel 5, 4, 7, Fox down here tonight. If I were you, I would fix it and fix it fucking now." Never had a fucking problem.
Well, I said, see what they do is like, for me, the big fight came when and you got to watch them like a hawk. See, like this is how much I did my IEPs. This is how I turned in my stuff. I would make them all look at Rhett's pictures. The minute they all got a copy of this,
That's awesome.
You're gonna look at his picture. I want you to know don't ever, because they'll hand you a form that's like, screw your forms. This is the child. I used to tell them, and always remember who I am. Don't ever tell me, well, there's more than one child, because in my world, there's not. There's this child. That's it.
Right.
That's all we're talking about is my child.
Right.
But I learned that what they do is, now here's the way they cut money. It's very sneaky. They tell the speech pathologist, now they got an hour with your kid, right? And then they go and they have to do the paperwork. And that takes about 30 minutes. They tell them, no, half an hour with the kid, then do the paperwork. That way they're in the room with your child for an hour. I got wind of that. And I'm like, you're doing the paperwork instead of working with my kid? So, I mean, I became a nightmare in their foot. But, I mean, they're always trying to cheat the system. Not the teachers, but the freaking administration. Always trying to keep more money. See, they make money. I don't know if you know it or not. But this is the truth. The school makes money if they have an autistic child there.
Yes.
They make
But
money.
They
But
make
they
but
don't want to
because-
spend it. They just don't
right
want to
because
spend
they have a school. I want to say it's Methuen, Mass. I could be wrong, but here in Massachusetts, in the Merrimack Valley area, I want to say it's Methuen, Mass, and it's a school just for kids spectrum and with that have been diagnosed autistic.
I wish my son could have had that.
And it's just for them. No offense. It's not like it's, and you're right. The schools don't like that.
Nope.
Too fucking bad. If these kids are being taught a different way and these kids are being more one-on-one, more, you know what I mean? Because a friend of my family's, actually I got two friends in the families, both two separate families that have kids with autism. One kid, he said he's going to the tech. He's going to the, well, I call him the tech. It's not the tech. It's the Voc. He's 17, 16.
Yeah,
16,
yeah,
16, I think.
Yes, Gary, they don't do anything.
And he's got IEPs, and his mother's just like my wife. She's up their ass, like nobody's business. I believe my other friends, they're younger. They're twins. I want to say, yeah, they're much younger, but I think they're at that school. I had a neighbor of mine that their kid went to school years ago where I grew up.
The special schools are good because what a lot of people don't realize is
because they're trained for but they're also trained in my opinion. I was told this, Johnny, in my opinion, because they're trained in it. And you know what I'm saying?
But remember the training. Here's another thing to remember: whenever you go by the school, I don't know if you've ever noticed it or not. Whenever you drive by a school, try this time of year specifically. This time of year, glance up at the sign. There's usually a sign up there, welcome whatever, or they'll be telling the kids when school's gonna start. Look up there. Right about this time of year, mine are already out. They're saying that they're hiring ed techs, ed techs. No experience necessary. All right. Now I want to explain to you what an ed tech is. That's the person who's going to work with your autistic child. No experience necessary. Now there will be a college graduate like Red had a lady named Stephanie, yes, but they have ed techs also that do not have to have any experience. Now they'll just be moving children from one area to the next.
So that's an aid.
Yeah, but it's also dangerous.
It's like a teacher's aid it's like a teacher's aid in a normal setting, correct?
Yeah, but you don't want that. You don't want that. What was that?
We're back to the news style here.
Shalisa left.
We lost Shalisa. Well, she said she was having problems with her internet prior. So,
but they don't require any experience. The only problem is that since they don't have any experience, sometimes moving a child from one area to the next doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. I mean, the kid might see a friend or whatever, and he wants to no, come with me. You're not handling them right. Now they're not handling them right. So that can create quite the problem. That always annoys me when I see no experience necessary, because it's like,
yeah,
my kid's going to be there. I don't need that at all.
Yep.
All right, I'm looking in your chat room because I think we've been ignoring your chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch back up, and I apologize, you guys.
Well, it's my fault. I'm the one who.
No. It's all good. Just never apologize in my chat, please, especially when you've done nothing wrong.
Yeah, so Lisa says she's lost her internet.
Okay.
She'll be back.
All right.
But let's see. No hate, Jeff.
Jeff said goodnight. He said goodnight to everybody. He didn't want an issue, but I'm trying to go back on why.
Why?
He said, and with that, I'm leaving. So what did he say prior? Because they were talking about masks and stuff out there.
I don't understand what the deal is.
I guess some people are wearing masks because he replied to David Evans and said, "Hey, Dave Evans, can a mask hurt?" With a question mark. If it helps, it helps. If not, well, you're uncomfortable. So you're gonna find these everywhere. But you guys, this is like
well, everyone's going to have an opinion. Everyone's going to have an opinion.
Right. MCK, the Queen lost her internet. Masks don't work, David Evans said. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and debate you on masks, David. I'm not going to debate most people on masks. Okay. Here's my opinion.
Oh,
Okay.
I am so proud of
You know
you
what-
for that.
Notice how I didn't say, you notice how I didn't say,
I am so proud of you.
all right. Notice how I didn't say, but here's my opinion on the masks. Okay. I'm not here to tell you that they don't work. I'm not here to tell you that they do work. If a mask helps me from possibly spreading some type of germ that is COVID, okay, to another human, guess what? I'm going to wear a mask, especially if on the front of a private store. Stores are private, they aren't public. Please, I had this argument with a guy at work. Oh, they're public stores. No, they're not. You don't own them. The town doesn't own them. They are private fucking stores. I hate when people say shit like that.
If the town owned them, it'd be worse. Because,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's as easy as this. And I'm sure you've seen the signs. And this is how I said it to a few people before on this subject. Before you enter a store, especially obviously this time of the year, in this climate, in this heat, what does the signs, not counting COVID, get rid of, they're not talking about COVID. What is the first sign you see? Other than no smoking.
no shirt, no shoes, no service.
No shirt, no shoes, no service. David, can I sit here for 14 hours and bitch and moan that I can't not wear a shirt in a fucking store because I'm not hurting you if I don't wear a shirt? We can debate that all night long too, right? You know what it boils down to? It boils down to if I own a store and I tell you to wear a mask or you can't come in, don't fucking come in.
I also think
And-
if I can jump in
Give
real
me
quick.
one sec, Johnny. I'm sorry. Just give me one more sec.
One more.
If I'm coughing up a lung, David, does the mask keep in all the droplets? I don't have an answer to that. I'm not going to pretend to have an answer to that. However, I will say this. It only takes common sense to tell you, if you're wearing a mask and you cough, it's got to be better than doing this with no mask. All over the place.
Well,
So, does a mask work? I would say yes.
well,
Go ahead.
okay. All right.
It helps. It doesn't work. Again, use that word. It
All right.
helps.
There are different things you gotta stop for a minute and look at. Okay. Now, and this is one of those situations, Mikey, where you can have someone that's like screaming, "A mask doesn't help," and I'll say, "They're right." You going, "A mask can help," and I'm saying, "You're right." And then someone else is saying something else totally. I go, "They're right." But do you know why? But do you know why?
Because they're all right.
That's correct. A surgical
Oh, yeah,
mask.
David's not wrong. Don't by any chance think that David's wrong.
A surgical mask only keeps a doctor from or a nurse from when they're talking. You know what gleeking is, where you can like spit a little bit, that stops that.
Yes.
But you can see on the side, you can literally see down in there. So does it stop germs? No. Now, I'm retired military. I know what mop gear is. Anybody out here who knows what mop gear is, that's that big gas mask you put on your face and you seal it and all that to protect us from breathing in. If you don't have one of those on, you're not stopping germs from getting in there, okay? So even if you have a 3-layer, remember, if you just take a spray bottle and put it up to your mask and spurts it, and you'll see stuff comes out. So number one, can it help? Yeah, it can help stop sputum from coming out of your mouth, stuff like that. Does your t-shirt stop germs from passing through? No. Will 3 layers of your t-shirt stop germs from passing through? No. So if you have the right expectations for your mask and you understand what it really is stopping, then you're right, David's right, and the other one's right.
Yes.
That's
That's how
really
I feel. It helps.
that's really what it is as long as you understand what it is doing. You're right. It stops. If you cough and you spit all over my face, thanks an awful fucking lot. I appreciate that. But now, if I have my mask on, did I stop it? No. All right. So
Right.
David's right. You're right. And the other one's right. It's all right. It's just that we end up sitting in a room together trying to make our point to the other one and make them understand it
Right.
when it may not necessarily be that they're wrong.
It's like, put it to you this way, okay? If you go to the Shriners Burns Institute, okay? For those that don't know what that is, the Shriners have all over the country, they have hospitals just for burn victims, okay? And it's for children, by the way. If you ever had to go visit a child at the Shriners, or you ever walked through Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston or Children's Hospital in Boston, long before COVID was even a fucking thought in those assholes' minds that invented it, because we'll get to that later. All right. It wasn't bat soup. Okay. You go to those hospitals. You go to the Shriners, in some cases, you're wearing a mask, a shield, and a gown.
Yeah, absolutely.
You go to the Jimmy Fund Clinic in Boston, okay, you're wearing a mask. And depending how which way it runs, you might be wearing a mask and a gown, no shield. A mask and a gown. And that's so you don't spread germs onto these poor kids and adults that are suffering from cancer. 8 million different fucking forms of it, by the way. You know, there's, as we all know, how many cancers are out there, right? So this argument with the masks, to me,
all the argument with the mask,
it's just, you know what I think it is, Johnny, in all fairness? I think it's just because we're at our ends, the end of our rope.
But that's a good point.
And we're at the end of our rope, and now we're just snapping. What the fuck, man? And it's getting now. It's like, what, you like Trump? That's how bad it's getting.
It is. It really is.
And it's not. If people would just, in both sides, by the way. Please don't think I'm picking on people that don't wear masks, and please don't think I'm not going to pick on people that do wear masks. So it's both sides, both. And both sides, just like the fucking politicians, right? They can't come together. They have to politicize a fucking pandemic, the losers that they are. Okay? We have to come together on it.
But that's where we have to learn to pump the brakes, slow down, and realize that half of the time we're all so tiffy right now that you can have several people be right. But remember, even though you're right, to me, you're wrong. And even though you're wrong, to you, I'm wrong. So, I mean, it's like the whole, I like to call it the great gun argument we're having right now. You remember the old gun? You remember the old gun argument? You have one in the chamber or you're dead, which is stupid to me because I have a child with autism and only an idiot would have a round in the chamber off safe with a hammer back around a kid with autism. That's the fastest way to get shot. So
what, you mean all your guns in your house aren't loaded and laying around on the couch and in a drawer somewhere?
No.
Oh, how come?
No.
Oh, you're un-American.
Yeah,
you're un-American. That thing's supposed to be laying on your couch, fully loaded.
Yeah. So see now that's what I'm referencing. That argument that's been going around for years. That's the same thing that this mask has become now. Now you have some people that have a natural fear. They're just a fearful fear. Moms, they fear for their kids. Oh, I don't want my kid to get hurt. They fear for their kids. So the mom has that fear in her. She can be, a little over fearful if he's not wearing the mask or whatever. That's just going to be her. So she's got her emotion in it. you've got your emotion in it. And before you know it, what it really boils down to is if I own the store and I say wear a mask to come in here, just be kind and put the mask on. Like I teach my kid, look, we're going to go into the store. They want us to wear the mask while we're in their store. We'll put it on while we're in their
Absolutely.
store.
Absolutely.
Now we go in there, we get our stuff. I don't say to them, I want to thank you for being open, and I want you to know how stupid I think you're freaking man. I don't need to do that. I don't have to do that. I don't need to say anything to them at all. Just buy my items that I want and leave, take my mask off. If this other store doesn't require it, maybe I won't wear it.
Right.
Okay.
And first of all, how you're correct to politicize fucking masks too. And David, you are right too. This disease, I'm gonna read what David wrote. I just lost it. I wear a mask, but you're interpreting it wrong. I know I was interpreting it wrong, Dave, but I hope that you saw what I wrote. I hope that you understand that what I'm trying to say. He said, David Evans said his friend's dad passed away from COVID, wore a mask relentlessly, I guess. No underlying health issues, and I find this story, it's not pretty at all. No, it's not. My brother had it, and it's not pretty. However, he did not pass, but he had it. And this disease, it blows. Here's the problem. David, you want to know what people are mad at, right? Other than the politicians for politicizing it. I'm mad at those people that say, it's just the flu. Really? Tell it to somebody that's not symptomatic, Tell it to somebody that's spending weeks in a hospital trying to breathe. I'm not saying they're on a vent. Just because you're on a vent doesn't mean you're still not trying to breathe. Doesn't mean it's still hard to breathe if you're not on a vent. Okay? Because I know they went overboard. Oh, we don't have enough ventilators. We don't have I get all that. I smoke like a freaking chimney. When I get a regular freaking chest cold, not the flu, not fucking pneumonia. When I get the regular chest cold, it hurts when I cough. I cough a lot. Okay? And I get shortness of breath because I smoke. All right? I don't want to know what fucking COVID feels like. I don't. Am I afraid of it? No, because I ain't afraid of freaking pretty much nothing. But I respect it, and I'm not here to say, oh, it's just the fucking flu. I'm sorry. I can't think like that. You know what I mean? Only because when I get, I'm sorry, Lisa, go ahead.
If it is the flu, we'd have to have a goddamn vaccination every year. So I sure as hell hope it ain't never gonna be anything like the flu.
But on the other hand, the fear is more than the virus, and it's being taken advantage of. Yes, MCK. The fear of it is being taken advantage of. Yes. And
Guns Girl had some comments earlier.
Let me see. I live in Long. Oh, go ahead.
Or earlier back, she was talking about coming on.
Oh, I dissed her?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I didn't diss her. She knows better than that. And she said something about the way she looks. She looks fine. Please. That's why I got mad at her for what she said.
Yes, Ohio. My situation is much different.
Yeah.
A lot of folks feel that having now what I have is I call condition 5, which is I have a magazine, and the magazine is in my gun, and it's on safe. There's no round in the chamber. I have to charge it, all right, and then take it up. So I have to pop the mag, charge it, and then take it off safe. Takes three movements. Now you'll hear people say, I've heard people so many times go, yeah, that takes like a second and a half. You're dead. It's like, think about it. If they were charging through the door right now and I'm sitting here talking to you and I didn't have the second and a half, I'd be dead anyways.
Right.
I mean, the screen door is open. If they come to the screen door and just start blasting, I wouldn't have had time anyways. It would have been, so there's, I don't know. I can't live my life holding my gun ready to shoot somebody every minute of every day. I have my rights. I exercise them. I love my firearms. but I also love my son more, so I make sure that I.
Yes. And
I
we make
have-
provisions.
That's right.
We make
That's-
provisions. And that's what people do. He's making provisions for his son. I make provisions for my son. I'm more than quite sure that Shalisa made provisions for hers.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
just one of the changes
So
that
now
you have to make.
people are making provisions to do their best to stay healthy and not that you might have it, but not to spread this fucking COVID virus.
Safe practices.
Safe, thank you. That's the and you know it I just wish the people that are, you know, there is no mask police. Leave us alone. Leave those like me. I told you guys this last week. If I'm walking down the sidewalk with my wife and there ain't nobody else coming, I am not putting my mask on. Sorry. As soon as somebody comes at us, yes, I most certainly will. And then as soon as they're gone, my mask is coming fucking down. And when I'm standing there next week, 2 weeks from now, watching my daughter play soccer, I will stand 30 feet away from somebody and not have a mask on at fucking all.
You know, I got red.
Is that a rebel thing? No,
No.
it's not being a rebel. I'm being more than the guidelines. The guidelines say no groups of 10 or more and be 6 feet. I'm gonna be in a group of 2,
You're
me and my
being
wife.
respectful.
Okay. And I am not even being a wise ass when I say this, guys. I'm being so serious it's not even funny. Okay. And I will stand 30 something feet away from everybody else or more, and I will be outside and I will not wear a mask. Now, somebody comes down and say, hey, how you guys been through the COVID? Yes, my mask will go on my face.
You know how I got Rhett to wear one? Imagine trying
Yeah,
to
I was
get
going to ask you about this, by the way. How did that work?
This right here. Right here.
Oh, you
But
used you made a shirt sleeve one?
I went to the dollar store and they have this like nylon mesh shirt.
Yep.
And I found a 3X there. I cut the sleeve off of that. All right, which left
Stuck
this
it over his
little-
head?
so he can pull it over his head.
Like
and he only has a thin layer. He doesn't like it
Right.
touching his ears or any of that. Because I mean,
Right.
he would do this. He put the mask on,
couple.
and the second I wasn't looking at him, the second it was like in his pocket. I'm like, oh, buddy. And I mean, the people, you know, the mask cops come out of the woodwork then. All right, you're in the middle of a store. They just come pouring out of everywhere. And I'm like a dad going, hold on, he's got autism. Back up. Where's your mask, buddy? And I have to take him out of the store. I couldn't figure out how to get him to do it. But I'll tell you what, he loves that little sleeve. He just pulls it over his head. And it's what he likes is there's nothing touching his nose, but it's over his nose.
Yep.
And he can breathe right through it. Nice and easy. And it's not pulling on his ears with those rubber bands. It just goes right on over. He looks like Bazooka Joe. You know, remember the little gum? Remember the Bazooka gum? The little cartoon character that was on the thing inside. They had a little pull down. He looks like little Bazooka Joe.
Let me read this from Guns Girl. Guns Girl says, I live alone. I could still do that, but I choose about the mask. Not to. I'm not holding. About the gun. Excuse me first, and then the mask. But I choose not to. I'm not holding my gun at all times, but they're very, very close. They're in very, very close proximity.
Yeah, mine's
And
right
then she
there.
said, yeah. And then she says, how many months are we into this pandemic now? In the last 2 weeks, I've been told to wear a mask, and it's mandatory, but I haven't had to before that, so I don't feel they're in it for my safety. It's so true, right? They didn't have when everybody and their mother was getting it and dying at a rapid rate. Can we use rapid as a good word or a bad word? Is that a good word? Is that a fair assessment of how they were dying? Unfortunately, there wasn't. You weren't mandated to wear a mask unless you were in a store or whatever. Okay, and now they're mandating you to wear. She's right. She's got a great point. And now they're here in Massachusetts, they mandated in certain cities that even if you're walking down the sidewalk, you need to have it. Even if that, not even if you can't get out of somebody's way. If you're walking down the sidewalk, you're all by yourself, you're supposed to have a mask on. And so she's asking why now, but not in March. It's a great question,
It is.
and it's a fair question.
I'll give you a little. If you want to know something that's not fun, be glad you're not in the Philippines. I have a buddy who's in the Philippines, and well, this is what's happening to them right now. Doctors' masks aren't okay. They're wanting several layers. You know, the big ones that cover your whole face like this with the layers, and the goggles and the thing. And what's happening is if you have that heavy mask on, the carbon dioxide's building up around the face area because it's being pulled. They are. They're having issues with people passing out now.
That's why those masks are made that way. Does anybody realize this? They're made so you can breathe, and that the carbon monoxide, you're not going to breathe in your own carbon monoxide.
Now they're see what's happened is it's like if you go on to the FDA and you're like, is everything cool and kosher with the hand sanitizer on the FDA? They're going to tell you, do not buy any of these 350. No joke. FDA has a list of like 350. Whatever you do, don't buy those. They're either poison, or they're this, or they're that, because everybody's running around trying to make a buck off COVID. Think about you can go to Lowe's or whatever and you go, you don't have a mask, sir, but that's okay. Here's a box. They're just $1 a piece. And if you open the box and flip it up, it says from China. And you're like, I thought you said this came from China.
Right.
If it came from China and these came from China, how long did it take these to get here? It had to take at least some months, right? Which means these left about the same time that all of this happened, right?
Let me read this from Ohio real quick. Ohio says they didn't want everyone buying masks because they didn't have enough for the medical workers. So they told us we didn't need it, but now we do. And then he said, well, actually before that, he said, what's sad is that I can leave a loaded gun on my nightstand with no worries. But damn, if I leave my Visa card or beef jerky unattended, my boys will eat it all and drain my account on gaming shit.
Yep. You know
Ain't that the fucking truth? And HRM Weapons, still around. Thank you for hanging around, HRM. I think I had something like COVID 4 years ago. I could smell or taste anything. I couldn't smell or taste anything for 2 weeks. I never had anything like that in my life. I drank bottles of Robitussin DM and took old donated amoxicillin. Me too. I take old friggin', what do you call it all the time, my friend?
Amoxicillin and Pellicin. I won't throw those out. I get rid of everything else. But amoxicillin and Pellicin.
I gotta get homegirl getting sleepy. I gotta go.
Yeah, we should probably.
Have a good
Holy
one.
shit! It's 1:15.
Oh wow.
The only problem is I gotta say goodnight to 21 people. But you know what? So we're gonna have to. But listen, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see us all next week. Johnny, what time is that? 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock Eastern time.
And you wanna list the channels again that they can grab it on?
Yeah, here I'll.
Or you just want to shout them out? Shout out the channels that you can.
I'll stick it in there again. I think I still got it.
It's not early yet, Gear Griden. We've been going on, let me see, 2 hours, 53 minutes and 21 seconds.
There's the link right there. We'll have Real Cobra Burnout, Ms. Bomey, and myself talking paranormal.
All right. So if you guys want to listen in on the paranormal, you know where to be tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. All right. Thank you, Gunpowder Beauty, for coming in. Always a pleasure to see you. Shalisa, you know that you're always welcome to be here.
Appreciate it.
Okay, and as are you, Shalisa. Johnny, it's always a pleasure, my friend.
I try to get here when I can.
I know you can, I know, and I'm going to be honest with you. I started the chat late tonight on purpose. I said it I did. I started it late on purpose. I said set it for that time. I set it for 10:20, and I said, well, maybe if they went only a little late, he'll see it or whatever. I said, but I said I'll text him and let him know if we're still on or whatever. And MCK says Cobra with an exclamation point.
Yeah, the real Cobra Burnout. Yep.
Yeah,
He's the
go
real
check
one.
out. He's got a vibrating toilet. He just posted it a couple hours ago.
Cobra
Oh,
has
the
a
hot-
excuse me,
The haunted,
Vibrating toilet.
the haunted toilet, he calls it.
the haunted toilet.
No, it's a
Haunted.
haunted toilet.
I don't know. Well, listen.
Hey, David, thank
Can
you.
you imagine being on that thing and just having so many different? Good night,
Yep.
Brenda. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Everybody's good to see you. Hike with Mike came in too. Big Lock Daddy came in. That was awesome. See everybody. Brian, it was great to see you. NH Trapper, it was awesome to see you.
Good
It
night,
was awesome
Brenda.
to see everybody. So listen, I'll see you all next week, next Friday night. And there you go. You guys already know where to go tomorrow night if you want to listen to. If you're interested in hearing about or the paranormal. All right. Listen, we're out. Have a great week. Peace.
Peace.